Are we live?
We are live.
Goodness gosh, we're live.
Adam, we're
Back
live.
in
Almost
the
made it
nick-
back. I
we're
almost
in-
made it back into
We're
that.
live. Look at that.
Very
Here we
nearly.
are. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Welcome to Blackwater D&D, our new one of our new mini series for the winter spring 2022 season. We are here with the Brothers Grimm. My gosh, I am so excited for chapter 2. Adam is here, Cody is here, and Pond, welcome back again.
Hello.
Pond,
Welcome.
For the wonderful people watching at home who might not know who you are, please tell everybody who you are and how amazing you are.
Hello. Thank you. I am Pond Plays. I go by Pond Plays Games on Instagram. That's the only social media I'm really active on. You can find me here on Twitch at Pond Plays. It's been a real quiet over on that channel just because of the holidays and everything. You can find me on Friday nights over at Architect Bloom, where we do Quest Vault. We're ending a 3-year campaign.
Holy.
Yeah, I'm a last minute addition, but it's been so much fun. And then you can find me starting early next month. You can find me every Mondays over on Feywild and Out, our new D&D channel. We're super excited to start it.
So
I
fun.
will be DMing.
Very cool.
And last thing, sorry, I forget. Every other Wednesday, you can find me on the initiative order where I'm running my homebrew, Nicest Contentions. It's a political and intrigue and subterfuge campaign. So
Dope. That's it.
Amazing. And of course, once a month, you're going to be here.
And
with
once a
us.
month, I'm here with you guys. It's just,
Yeah.
and I don't always sound like this. My voice is usually not this way. So I apologize to everyone in advance who
No
has to hear it.
apologize.
That is okay. All right. Well, I'm going to do some quick announcements here, and we are going to jump right in with a little intro that we made. So a big thank you to our sponsors, Legend Crafted Nerdy Woodworking Company from Calgary. We're also proud to be sponsored by Modern Arcana, makers of fine shirts, prints, and mugs adorned with 5e spells. Check them out. And if something tickles your fancy, enter the code Blackwater for a discount. Love to our Dice Goddess Keisha and our artist Tiana Kovacevic. You can find them on the Instagrams. Please go look at their stuff. Please come hang out in our Discord as well. If you have any questions about the new campaign or anything that we're doing here on the network, Discord is the best place. If this is the party, that is the after party. So please come hang out with us. Thank you all so much to those of you who subscribe to us. Please re-up your subscriptions. They don't roll over every month. You also get one free subscription with your Amazon Prime. So please send it to us. That would be so nice of you. Thank you so much. And thank you for coming to hang out with us for this brand new little mini campaign. I'm very excited. Both of our mini campaigns, this one and the Weird West, will be happening once a month from now until April. So the first episode of both of those were part of our super stream drive. Please go head on over to our YouTube, follow us on YouTube to catch up on all of the wonderful content over there. You can type !YouTube in the chat to do that, but make sure you come back here afterwards. For programming for the rest of this week, we are back again on Saturday. Nope, I lie. It's Monday today. Wednesday, we are back for the episode 2 of the Weird West with myself in the DM seat and featuring Adam and Sean, and welcoming Eric and Becca to the channel as well. So we're really excited about the start of that one, and that is going to be every third Wednesday of the month. And then, of course, we're back on Saturday for our main campaign. So that is...
we should just say we win. Main campaign, we just win. We won.
Yeah.
We've won D&D.
We did. We won D&D last week. We absolutely won D&D. I think we won D&D because we have split a 5 or 6 character party across 4 planes.
You are purposefully trying to lose D&D. I think you're throwing for content.
Just 3. Technically just 3 because Clack was trying to leave to the 4th plane.
Oh,
it took him a while. He hadn't left yet.
But there was a time where Kale, spoiler alert, was in the negative energy plane, and Neppy and Kale were on the material plane. So technically, at one point, it was 4 planes.
No, just Hell, material plane, and the negative energy plane, and then Clack was leaving to the
go to the Earth. Yeah. Okay.
Well, we got to try harder. Honestly, what I'm hearing is we have to split up into. Well, there's 6 of us, right? With Clack?
Yeah.
6 planes.
6 different planes at once.
Do better.
and only one person can plane shift. So lastly, whether you're new with us tonight or you've been with us for ages, thank you so much for your support. We love you immensely. Thanks for hanging with us at our table. Hope you feel super welcome here. And Cody, can you roll that new sweet intro clip?
Where's this wobbly frog? Where did everyone find this wobbly frog?
We are back.
After someone's I just need to asshole.
Channel your YouTube atheism. You're not a douchebag. You're just a young kid. So here we are. Let's start off with a little bit of a recap for those of you who are watching us. Last time on the Brothers Grimm, we met the three heroes of Solarin: Orin Oakenshield, Furbolg Paladin, Broderick Woodshaper, Human Cleric, and Deven Godsworn, Aasimar Sorcerer, who in actuality turned out to be D&D characters of the Brothers Grimm. Luther, a cryptid hunter, Linus, a nurse practitioner, and Austin, a YouTube star. Our three brothers returned home for the first time since their father Charles Grimm's death 1 year prior for the holidays, and found an unexpected guest there with their mom, Lewis, who, after a series of events where they got transported into a realm of story and fantasy, turned out to be the asymmetrical dingus Lewis Carroll, and they fought him as the Jabberwock. Vorpal sword in hand, Luther decapitated the fierce beast, and they rescued their mother Samantha, bringing her home once more. We ended off with the four of you sitting around the campaign notes that your father, who had been your DM, left behind, and you began to teach your mom to take up the mantle of Dungeon Master. So today we find the three of you in the driveway of your mom's house, about 3 months after the events of the previous session. You returned to your lives following the holiday, and you have reconvened once more for reasons that we'll discuss in a sec. But Austin, last time we saw you, your channel hit 2 million subscribers. What have you been doing for the last 3 months?
I took that fat YouTube money and I did buy a house.
You did.
So I no longer live with mum.
Do you live how far away do you live?
So close. And what I did do, I do technically still live with mum because I didn't buy a house. I bought 2 houses that were next to each other because this neighborhood isn't super affluent. Yes. I bought 2 houses next to each other and then I've knocked them down and am building what I refer to as the swag mansion.
Right.
Or the swag pad.
Yes. Okay.
So I 3 months isn't long enough that the house is fully complete.
So you're still living at home.
I do technically live at home, but right. I own my own property. So okay.
Amazing. Yeah. That's very cool. Okay, so that's what you've been doing. Linus, what have you been up to for the last 3 months?
I have been just working my little bum off, taking care of kids, making sure that they don't get sick, they get healthy. Trying to pretend like I'm not excited about potentially cryptid hunting on the weekends with my brothers, who I just love so much. And I think about the hug that they gave me every single day.
I love that. Luther, you've actually spent more time at home for the first time in a long while. You had to take your van in for some repairs before your next big trip. So you've stayed with your mom for a little while. What's that been like for you as someone who's like been out for so long? What's it like staying at home with Austin as well?
I think it has been sweet, but at times frustrating. I think in preparation for the new channel and I guess family business now, we've assume I've been teaching him how to hunt, or at least try.
Yeah, I'm too enthusiastic about this, and it is a detriment to learning how to hunt because there's a lot of.
Your mic went out.
Your mic's out, Adam. Can you hear us?
That I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah.
He can hear us. Yeah. Okay.
My mic just occasionally stops working.
Same.
Great.
So just a lot of bad gun control, and over enthusiasm.
Yes.
That's great.
Don't look down the barrel.
I will say as well, Austin has been doing a lot of work to like drive hype around the Brothers Grimm YouTube channel.
Amazing.
And has been using that video that we took at the end where like people are like, what's this CGI? Where I had to like actively edit it to make it look like CGI. Because that's drumming up a lot of movement around that.
Yeah.
And I love it. So that brings us to this current moment. The three of you are in the driveway at your mom's house, packing up Luther's van. Linus, you're taking some time off from work at the hospital. The hospital that you work at finally has enough staff. So you're being able to that's how we know this is a fantasy game. So you've been able to take a little bit of vacation time, which is really, really nice. You've got a week or two ahead of you, and you've chosen to spend it on the road with your brothers. Austin, as you said, you've been hard at work preparing the cryptid hunting channel that you and Luther talked about. Infrastructure's in place, promo videos filmed, ads, sponsorship acquired. Now it's just waiting for that first trip out to start filming that sweet content. So you've got enough gear to last you about 2 weeks on the road as needed, with stops here and there. Currently, the plan is to meet up with Luther's pal and fellow cryptid hunter Greg to head out on the next find. Luther, what is Greg like? Please tell me about Greg.
Greg is absolutely, if you knock wrong, you get a shotgun in your face. He is a hermit of a man.
Yes.
It's one of those security cameras pointing at the front door kind of deals.
I love that. What do you like most about Greg?
He is trustworthy, I'd say, because he doesn't talk to many other people. So who's he gonna tell?
That's very fair. Very fair. Okay. So as the last bag is loaded into the van, your mom comes out, Samantha, and she has a cooler. And she holds it out to you. Boys, you better drive safe out there, okay? And please call me often. Just fill me in on what you're doing. If you need anything, just let me know. If there's anything I can do back here at the house while you're out on the road, just let me know, okay?
Mom, because I love you, I will remember to text. I'm not gonna call you.
I'll call Mom.
I'll text
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. You don't have to text me every day, okay? Just maybe just once again to let me know you're alive out there.
I'll FaceTime you every morning.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Linus. Thank you.
You'll get one sup a day. Promise.
I'll take it. I'll take the one sup a day. Okay.
I'll make sure he gives you the one sup a day.
Thank you, Luther. So she passes the cooler over to you, and you take a peek inside. It is full of like choice snacks and drinks and sandwiches. Your mom has gone like full, my babies are going on a road trip, and I'm going to make sure that they start their day off well.
I grab a pack of Gushers.
Yes. There's all the good stuff in there. It's very good. So Luther, you feel your phone ringing in your pocket.
Pick it up. Hello?
Hi.
It's still a flip phone.
It's for sure Greg. So you see it's Greg's name comes up. He goes, Luther,
Greg, how you doing?
I got a call about the Delta Creeper.
Okay.
I've been tracking it. They've been tracking it down through the south, and I know you're up, kind of Midwesty right now. But I'm down. I'm down in the south, so I think it's probably better that I jump on it right now before we lose it again.
Yes. Okay. We will head straight there right away.
No. You got. I've actually got something else for you.
Oh. Okay.
So well, I'll take the Delta Creeper, and I know this is the first time we've kind of got two tips at once, so I really want to jump on both of this.
Okay. Yeah. What's the other job?
Well, do you remember Dolores?
Yeah, of course.
You do remember Dolores. She has been someone who has been following you for years.
Okay.
She helps with funds and stuff like that. She's a longtime follower of what you guys do.
Okay.
She puts in tips now and again, but nothing has ever really panned out.
Mm-hmm.
But Greg continues on. So Dolores sent in a tip about the town of Waterford. It's in the Pacific Northwest. She's at the diner, and she said that you can go, and there's room and board available for you for a couple nights if you go check it out in the woods.
Greg, does this tip sound good? I can't say she's exactly let us rat.
I know. I feel like we owe her one,
Okay.
She's been real nice, and she paid to get the van, my van, fixed a couple weeks ago. I feel like we owe her one.
Okay. Well, if she fixed your van, then the least we could do is give her a little courtesy call. Sure.
Yeah. It's I know Waterford's not super close to where you are right now, but
it's not super close. No, it's gonna be a little out of the way, but that's okay.
All right. Well, keep me posted with what you find. Film the content, and then we'll go from there. And we'll meet back up at HQ in a few weeks.
All right. You better, if you're going after Delta, you better check in.
Yeah, I will, man. I will.
Okay. I'll see.
You hear a shotgun just in the background.
He's gonna shoot his own foot off.
That was only one time, Luther. God,
Oops,
man,
forgot
won't
to
let me
hang up.
fucking live that down. And he hangs up on you.
Couple of things. One, what happened to the phone that I got you?
SIM cards and stuff.
And two, if you're getting calls like that, that's content, dude. You gotta tell me.
Grumble.
So it's after that you feel another buzz. Greg has texted you Dolores's number and the number of the Sleepy Elm Motel, which is in the town of Waterford. It's about a 12-hour drive from where you folks are to Waterford.
Shotgun.
Okay.
I was just going to ask, is there anything you would like to do before you start the drive to Waterford?
I would like to double check all of my mini khaki pants pockets.
Yes.
And make sure that I have all of my probably bought at Walmart or Sportsman's Warehouse survival gear that I have in all of my pockets.
Absolutely. You can roll an investigation check to check your pockets.
Make sure I have everything. There's 17 pockets, and then there's hidden pockets within the pockets because I knew we were going to be going on an adventure. What's my investigation? Oh God. 16.
Yeah, you've got most everything that you need, and you know that you've stashed a first aid kit in Luther's van, an extra one. You updated his first aid kit that was sorely lacking.
Oh yeah.
But yes, you're about as kitted out as you can be.
Bandage isn't that old. I unroll it. It crumples in my hands.
It's brown and crusty and crumples a little bit.
Look, I also added in some sutures, okay, and some sterilized needles in case anybody gets cut. I know how to do field sutures. Don't worry about it.
Oh, great, because I do not know how to do that.
How have you been living in the woods for this long? And
You're
you don't
badass.
Know how to do field sutures.
tape, right? I bet it's
Yeah,
tape.
it's a lot of duct
Duct
tape.
Is it
tape.
duct
Duct
tape?
tape.
Is it super glue? Is it super
knew
glue?
it.
There's a
Luther?
little, there's some super glue and some duct tape involved.
Do
It
you
does
know
it
how
closes the-
infected that gets?
it
Oh my
closes
god!
the
And then I'm just
wound.
gonna like
I
climb into the
I
back
have
of the car.
Neosporin.
You see when Luther
Neosporin.
kind of pulls up his sleeves that there are some like nasty scars on his arms that have not healed properly.
I
Yucky
could have helped
ones.
you with the if you had just called me Luther.
Yeah, I was far away, and
Eh,
I had the duct tape. So.
Ooh.
Oh my goodness.
Speaking of badass, I'll be right back. And I sprint into the house because Austin almost forgot, because that's very much like what Austin would do. And I come back with 2 boxes, one very long and thin, and the other like quite also about the same thinness, but like quite square.
Okay.
And I'm like struggling to carry it.
There's no room in the van for a TV. I keep telling you, it's not.
No. And I kind of unceremoniously dump them on the grass next to the van. And I go, the long one's for Luther, and the square one is for Linus. And I think Austin has spent Austin. The gifts are there, and as you open them, you see that Austin has spent probably an egregious amount of money to contact a prop warehouse, and they have, for Linus, built a shield that says "You are an asymmetrical dingus" on the front, with a picture of Linus doing this very out of character, like beautifully engraved on the front, and then a as perfect replica as Austin could manage to describe the Vorpal sword for Luther, like carved, but it legally they cannot provide a sword that is sharpened.
Yes.
And you do see a kind
so
of
dull.
hodgepodge. No, it's sharp, but it was Austin that did it.
Oh.
So it's like you do
So
see that there's
sweet.
like
The
a
like
bandage on his arm, and it is like badly sharpened.
such a sweet gesture.
Austin,
That's
I,
such a sweet gesture.
I love you, but it looks like you gnawed on the edge of this thing yourself.
No. I used the grind thingy, the spinny.
The grind thing.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I cut myself a bunch.
Yeah, you can tell. Do you need
Yeah.
stitches?
No, I went to the hospital. They did a couple stitches.
That's good.
It was like 2 months ago that I did this, and
Better
I've been in
than
my room
super glue.
since.
Oh,
Okay.
thank you, Austin. I appreciate that. And as a return gift, I will hand over my flip
Gun?
phone and the phone that he got me. Can you transfer my data? How does this work? Am I going to keep
Also-
my Am I going to
can't-
keep my contacts?
Hello, Lemmings. Thank you for coming
Hello,
in.
Lemmings.
Hello,
Raiders.
Lemmings.
Thank you.
I don't have to
hate-
make a new
I hate-
voicemail, do I?
Yeah, but like, no, you don't need to make a voicemail. No one has personalized voicemails anymore. What, like,
How do you know
I
who
have
you
a
call them?
personalized voicemail.
what? No, it just says the person you're trying to reach can't be connected. Like, it's just an automated
Well,
thing. Like,
what if someone's
science
trying to
doesn't
reach you
support
and then
it.
they don't? What if they're not sure about your number?
Yeah.
Then they text you. Why are you calling people? Just text.
You know
Oh
what?
my God.
Honestly, if you could double check, there's a Rolodex behind the seat in there. I can get from there. I can put those numbers in.
Rolodex.
I
as you
just
use
transfer
them.
the SIM over and I throw the flip phone in the bin.
Amazing. So
Like, fuck
we're
this.
as you're getting ready to head out. Luther, does your van have a name? This is your baby. Like, what is your van called?
Fuck it, June.
June. Fantastic. So,
Can I ask a
Um,
follow-up question to that?
yeah, of course you can.
Because Austin 100% would have offered to pay for this. Did Luther get a decal for his van? And what is it, if so? Because Austin would have been like, it's a business expense. It's I can write it
Oh
off.
yeah, it would just say
That's-
the Brothers Grimm on it then.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Love
So
that.
June looks amazing. She is all decked out and ready to go. Who is driving first? Luther,
Me.
are you driving the whole way? Yeah, okay. Yeah, I figured that I had to ask. I figured.
Austin
so,
is DJ.
in shotgun. So the van is really great. I imagine it a little bit like a Westphalia. You can live in it. It's quite kitted out. There is it's got a decent amount of space in it. Luther's done some modifications to it. So on the first leg of your journey, you navigate your way out of your hometown and you hit the highway west first. Can you roll me, Luther, since you are driving, can you roll me a D20, please?
Oh, I sure can.
At some point on the highway, the most dangerous part of the road for this to happen, a car does aggressively pull up beside the van. Austin leans out the window, grabs us something from them, says thank you, and then comes back and he's got Postmates.
Oh my God.
And he's like, yeah.
Of course he got Postmates.
I could have pulled over.
No. Speed.
In the business we're in, I almost ran them off the side of the road. I thought they were tailing us.
Ah, no.
It's your
They were, though.
sushi.
They were trying to get to me.
All right. I rolled a 6.
So it begins to rain. The rain is not awful as of this point. It's not, you've been in much worse, Luther, so you're fine.
I'll slow down to a reasonable speed.
Wonderful. It is the morning. At this point, you're leaving kind of bright and early. How fast are you driving? How fast? How does Luther drive? That's a better question. What does Luther drive like?
If it's in the rain, I'm probably going 55.
Okay, perfect. So you're on the highway going
nearly 100 kilometers an hour.
Yeah, that's reasonable.
Yeah,
right.
In the rain. I'm just
in the rain.
Yeah, I'm trying to be responsible, especially after almost swerving Postmates off the side of the road.
Yes. Okay.
I hand everyone their milkshakes and burgers.
And keep your mom's sandwiches for later. Is there anything you would like to do as you are leaving your hometown and heading west? Anything notable that you would want to do on this first leg of the journey?
I'm just making sure all of Luther's Rolodex contacts are in his new phone. I'm like sitting in the back with my feet like across since I didn't get shotgun. I'm eating mom's sandwich and I'm just like typing numbers into Luther's phone.
Thank you so much, Linus. I cannot lose those.
The phone that Austin got, Luther, is needlessly complex.
Yeah.
It's like a bunch of different like biometrics. Like
I'm never gonna be able to make a call on that goddamn thing. I'm just gonna pick up the phone.
It's like super voice activated.
Amazing.
I'll be deactivating as many of those as possible,
Yeah,
knowing that Luther will never use them.
If you could just turn that thing into a brick, that would be.
Can you roll just a general intelligence check for me then, please?
Yeah, for sure. Let's see. Nope, that's an 8.
Yeah, you think you deactivated most of them. You're pretty sure you put the contacts in the right spot. You're pretty sure. Awesome. Okay. So as we reach kind of like you've left the Midwest, and you're kind of moving into more, you switch highways and you start to drive north. And so you're starting to take the second leg of the journey. Who is driving at this point? So you've reached about the 4-hour mark of your drive.
I would ask if Linus wants to take a spin.
I would very anxiously and cautiously drive June, because like, oh my God, I get to drive my brother's van.
Amazing. Perfect.
I'm like sweaty.
I'll go to the back, and the whole time filming like little vignettes to like put together
B-roll.
Or just to like the montage part of like getting to the thing. So like tons of stuff, constantly standing up and walking around at the back of the van. Just
absolutely when you're not
no regards for road safety.
Can you roll a dexterity saving throw?
If you don't sit down, you're gonna hit your head. There's sharp things back there.
There's sharp things.
And one not so sharp thing.
Yeah, you almost gash your shoulder or like bash your shoulder a couple of times. You're mostly okay. You managed to stabilize yourself just
selfie.
Yeah. Can you roll also a charisma check for me, please?
Hell yeah.
We're seeing how good the content is. Is this like quality
flat charisma
content?
Or do I get to add proficiency to this?
I will say, because this is your job, you can add your proficiency to this. Yes.
Yeah. What's my proficiency again? Oh, hell yeah. Oh, that went all the way up on my keyboard. I'm going to take it though. 24.
Absolutely. Wow. This is some primo content, and you are very well pleased with everything. So yes, Linus, can you roll a d20 for me, please?
Oh yes, of course. Absolutely. Not going to roll that. It's a 4.
Okay, the rain keeps going, and some fog starts to roll in as the highway kind of starts to wind north. It's kind of like the I-5. You see the lush greens of the coniferous forests that line the highways, these nice, beautiful, wide highways. There's it's foggy, it's wet. The rain hasn't gotten any worse, but it is definitely still present, and it's a bit colder up here than you're used to. So for this leg of the journey, what is on the radio?
Oh, if I'm in the front seat, I would either
and has spent the past 4 hours listening to my music.
Yes.
I would probably I would ask Linus for their opinion on what it should be, because otherwise I'm just gonna put it on just jazz something.
I whatever you like, I like. It's fine. And I'm just like, I haven't taken my eyes off the road.
White knuckling the car.
I'm like white knuckling this. Yeah, I'm like trying to cover my anxiety, but I'm so happy to be in the driver's seat.
All right, then I'll probably just put on some classic rock.
Amazing.
Hell yeah.
So the classic
Real
rock,
old man stuff.
we love that. We love that for Luther, and that's exactly what I figured.
Yo, is this the Eagles? I love that.
This is the Eagles, yeah.
So that plays in the background. So you drive that drive for 4 hours. It goes uneventfully as you start winding your way north. As we start on the third leg of the journey, so you've been driving for about 8 hours as of this point, and I'm assuming you're stopping for like bathroom breaks and eating and all that kind of good stuff. It starts to turn into the evening, and the rain starts to intensify and stuff. The exits that you're taking, everything starts to get dark quite quickly, considering the time of year. You're warm in the van, but it would be pretty hell to be outside right now. Who is driving this last leg of the journey?
I would switch back into the driver's seat.
Camera's soggy.
There's no way in hell at nighttime I'm letting Austin drive.
Wonderful. Okay.
Austin looks genuinely disappointed, but also looks like he understands why.
Listen, bud. I know you want to drive, but it's dark and it's raining.
I will say the other day I did drift successfully, so I'm getting pretty good.
That is exactly why I am driving right now. Tomorrow, when the road is less driftable, you can drive.
That's what you want, a hydroplane to get the extra torque.
That is not at all what you want to do.
So, Luther, you're driving and you see an exit. You take one of the exits off the main highway, and you start taking smaller roads until you find the turnoff for Waterford. It takes, you don't know much about the town of Waterford. It's probably a population of about 1,000. It's a pretty small town, isolated in the forest of the Pacific Northwest. You start down some smaller roads that are kind of like one lane in each direction, with like the like dotted line in the middle. If you need to pass, you do. There are no streetlights on this street, so you are fully driving in the dark. How fast are you driving right now?
Is it still raining?
Yes.
Probably pretty slow then.
Okay. Is there anything you've got about like 15 miles to Waterford. Is there anything you would like to do on this leg of the trip?
I want to look at Austin and say, this is a small town.
Yeah.
So you might want to be careful how loud you are about filming. Some people might not take too kindly to that. They might get scared. They might not fully understand what you're doing.
Should I take the camera down then? There's a camera on your roof right now. I wanted to get the whole journey. It's a time-lapse thing.
I did not know that was up there. We should probably pull over, and you should take that off so we don't look like a surveillance van. But
that will be a bit of a bummer for the time-lapse, but I understand.
Listen, for these jobs, we want to be in and out.
We could like stack suitcases around it to sort of kind of cover the fact that it's a camera.
That's not a bad idea, actually.
It's also about this big.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it's not like a.
No. Those that would die in the rain.
Just put a tarp over it and then cut a little
sports camera.
When you said a camera, I thought it was like a Pringles can on our roof. Like we're gonna have one of those big security ones.
No, just like a little GoPro.
GoPro.
Well, better than a GoPro, more expensive. because so it's better.
That is.
But
That's how that works.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So do you
We
pull
can
over?
say it's a dash
I'll
cam.
pull over. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'll get up on the roof. There'll be a bit of the time lapse, so you see Austin take the camera down.
Just for like 2 frames.
For 2 frames, you see someone get in there.
Do you turn off the car?
No.
Okay. All right. So Austin, you get drenched as you head outside to take this camera off the top of the car, but you manage to do so. This is your camera. You know what you're doing.
Oh, yeah.
And you hop back in the car and you start driving. So you continue driving for a little bit. The rain starts to get a bit heavier. And you pass a road marker for Waterford. It says it's about 5 miles ahead. As you pass this marker sign, can everyone make a perception check for me, please?
Sure can. It'll be bad.
17.
14.
Natural 12, so 11.
Linus, you notice it. The radio is static. And it has been static for a while.
Mm.
You're trying to remember the last time you heard the dad rock of Luther's van, and you realize that it has been before Austin changed the camera. It's well after 10 p.m. at this point too. And Linus, as you're looking around the car, trying to like get your bearings, your eyes draw to the clock. It's an older van, so it's kind of got a bit more analog clock. There's no digital dash display. And the numbers are racing forward, then backward, forward, then backward.
Hey, bros.
Welcome to the Hotel
Cal.
California. What the fuck?
What the That's insane.
You're perfect. You're both
That
perfect.
was just as spooky as what's happening outside.
Oh, Cody, I love you. Holy shit. Oh, my
Truly
God.
siblings in the best fashion. I'm just gonna like, while they're singing together in tandem, I'm just gonna like tap on the clock. I'm like lean forward between them and like tap on the clock, and turn the radio off while I'm like.
The static doesn't turn off,
Oh,
and the clock keeps racing.
Wait, if I turn off the radio, the static doesn't go away?
Mm-hmm.
Does anyone else hear the static?
Can everyone make another perception check for me, please?
Real quick, someone clip that. Someone please clip that.
That
I
was
know that we don't often ask people to
impressive.
clip things in Blackwater, but please someone clip that. That was insane.
It was so good.
Oh,
Another perception check for all of you, please.
wow. Fuck, with a +7, I keep rolling under a 10, so it's a 12.
7.
16.
Linus, as your brothers are still laughing and kind of like, oh yeah, the radio's still static. That's weird. You hear the sound of scraping. It sounds like the claws drawing against metal. And Luther, you watch as you turn to Linus and you watch as his face pales, and as your eyes flip back to the road, you see a flash of a large creature in your headlights dashing in front of the car. I'm going to need you to make a dexterity saving throw for your driving to avoid hitting this creature. You do get advantage because this is your car.
Okay.
If
Love
anyone
that.
else had been driving, it would have been a straight check, but you get advantage because this is your car.
Nice. I would like to say that Austin probably would have gotten disadvantage.
Absolutely,
He
you would
knows
have.
that if something gets in front of your car, you speed up so that you
I
do. So that you, like animals, you got to speed up through them.
I hate
Do as
that.
little damage to the car
You're
as
going
possible.
to decapitate us all. That was a 15.
Okay,
I needed
so
that advantage.
that is not enough. You hit this creature with immense force. It is like the creature stands still and your car crumples into it. I need everyone to make dexterity saving throws for me. It will be a disadvantage if you are not seatbelted.
I am actively standing.
Yes, then you will be making
Dang
a
it, I
disadvantage.
just said that I leaned forward through the freaking front too, so I would have. unbuckled.
No. Austin was still in the back, so you would have been in the front seat.
You're in.
Oh,
Yeah, you're in the front.
seat.
Yeah.
I am obviously buckled in safely.
What did you roll? A 3.
I got a 3.
18.
I rolled a 19 and an 8. Sorry, a 22 and an 8.
Okay.
So,
what did you roll, Luther?
18.
18. So Luther, you managed to brace yourself, gripping your hands and kind of leaning forward against the wheel, and you managed to keep yourself together. Linus, your head hits against the windshield as the car like not forward, but kind of sideways as you feel just the immense force. Austin, you lurch forward and fly backward, almost hitting the back doors of the van.
Ow, I hit my head. Who could have seen this coming?
As you start careening, from almost spinning out as the creature in front of you seems to move the car, which your eyes dart out the window as you hear this colossal ripping sound. It is like the fabric of reality is being torn apart around you. The car comes to a halt, but it is now the world that is swirling as you see reality as you know it almost in tatters. You see these giant gash marks, almost like it would have been claws through fabric, but this is the world around you. As you're peering through and trying to figure out, holding your heads and your body parts after wondering if this is something that's just happened because you've hit yourself, then you see it. Through the tears and the rips, in reality, you see an immense creature, as tall as a skyscraper, with an elongated, emaciated, human-like body, walking on all fours, with a whip-like tail behind it. It seems as long as a mountain range. Its head is an enormous deer skull that is crowned with infinitely branching antlers. And you watch, reeling inside the car, trying to get your bearings, as one of the hand's front appendages reaches through the tears of reality and picks up the car. It picks it up as if it weighs nothing. You inside it feel the lift as you start moving 10, 50, 100 feet off the ground. The clawed hand encircles the van and starts to pick it up and bring it back into its reality.
Point of order, at no point has Austin stopped filming.
Yes.
fully bleeding down his face, has vomited a little bit on himself, still filming everything.
Is the car still running?
No.
Okay. I try to start it over and over then.
It doesn't start.
I know this is like really scary and we might be fucked, but this is good content.
Get the gun and I'm going to pull the parking brake.
I'm going to need you to make a wisdom saving throw, please.
All of us?
Yeah.
Only Luther, because he's trying to do something.
Okay.
27.
That's very good.
Not enough.
But that's not enough.
Oh
Wow.
my God.
Luther, as you go to grab for the parking brake or whatever is you're grabbing for, you feel every muscle in your body locked up and you are paralyzed. The clawed hand continues to, so the both of you watch as Luther
do reach for the gun if
you
Luther,
also make
dead.
a wisdom saving
Cool.
throw, please.
I get your I get your plus, right? Cody? What is your charisma bonus?
Your paladin bonus.
Oh yeah.
Why would you? Okay, I have.
Because you're a paladin, you add your charisma to my saves.
Cool. 5.
Sick one. Well, there's one number I can roll to make this successful.
Mm-hmm.
It's not that number.
It's not that number. You also watch Linus as Austin completely paralyzed. Also,
I'm gonna sort of like look around, and I'm gonna reach down for the parking brake like Luther was.
Wisdom saving throw, please.
So I also add the charisma bonus
Plus
then.
5 to it, yeah.
Yes.
Is that a paladin thing?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Aura of something.
So that is a 28.
That's still not enough.
Jeez.
Wow.
You are locked. So all three of you, completely, fully aware of what's going on around you. You are literally just frozen in time, like a statue. The creature has not stopped moving the van, pulling it into its reality. And once it passes the barrier, your eyes are able to not necessarily look down at yourself because you are paralyzed, but your eyes flit to your brothers. You're in your adventurer's gear. Austin, you are wearing the garb of, and you look like to them. Linus, you look like Broderick. And Luther, you look like Oren. Your faces are the same, but your garb is different. You have all of the equipment, everything that your adventurers would have. The creature then turns the van, and as you catch a glimpse of its eyes, or the hollows of where its eyes would be, that's when you feel it. Evil, corruption, uncaring and wanton destruction, the inevitability of annihilation, the sad truth that everything dies, that everything comes to nothingness and oblivion, and you cannot outrun the end of things.
This is like fully crying, still filming.
Godlike entity examines you in your van, and you hear inside your head with a voice with an exceedingly deep timbre, almost gravel, almost like it burbled up out of the earth itself. You walk in two worlds. Take your gifts with you to find the treacherous kin that the Jabberwock released, and I'll let your lost one return home.
Well done with the voice, dang.
Thank you.
That was good.
It was spicy.
This, you stand there, you're locked. This great beast then seems to somehow exhale. And I need everyone to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
We all add +5. Cody, if you're using D&D Beyond, it should already be built into your stuff.
I saw it's the the Aura of Protection.
There's the natural 20, so
Well
33.
Natural
Well
1.
done. Okay.
14.
Okay. Austin, you watch as Linus and Luther both fall unconscious, their eyes rolling into the back of their head, still stock still in the car. However, you, stunned in place, your eyes wide open, the beast simply puts the car back. You leave its reality as it places you down. Its hand moves backward and the eye holes glow, a fiery, magma-like orange as the rifts begin to seal. You watch too as the car starts to fix itself. Everything replaced. And you feel a burning sensation on the inside of your wrist. It is white hot. Once the seals are completely fixed, you all regain control of your bodies. You come back to consciousness again. And I'm going to have everybody roll a d20 for me, please.
I'm just stepping on the brake. Ah! Just screaming in the front seat.
Roll a 4.
19.
Okay.
What kind of check is it? Sorry.
Just a flat d20 for me, please.
13.
Okay, so this number is the basis for how shaken are you. I'm going to let you add whatever modifier you want. doesn't matter to me, but I want you based on the number you rolled, plus or minus whatever. How shaken are you? Give me a number.
19.
19.
Gotta be +5 for sure. An 18 shaken.
Okay.
Oh, so low is good here.
No, low is bad.
Oh, low is bad? Oh,
yes.
I thought like level of how shaken are you? Then I would probably stick with the 13 then.
Okay.
I rolled very poorly, but I feel like Austin is like really shook up, but hyper focused. I would say like the 4 stands, but is super focused on the content.
Okay.
And so if the car is the car still, or are we in motion?
The car is absolutely still.
Austin goes out and checks on the smaller, more compact GoPro that he'd replaced on the roof. He was like, I need to get the time lapse.
Okay.
Make sure it's still intact.
Linus, how are you?
Linus might have peed themselves just a little bit. But is otherwise just sort of sitting in the passenger seat with their hands clasped together, taking everything in. 19 is, I don't have any negatives, but my my intelligence is 0, and I feel like intelligence is what I would be trying to use to process what just happened.
Yes.
So I'm just sitting there like, we fought a Jabberwocky, so of course it makes perfect sense that we would see something like whatever that was, and it didn't kill us, which is great news, because it probably could have if it just looked at us one way or another, but we're still alive, and that's fine. I fell asleep for a minute. That was probably a good thing. Yeah. And then just sitting there like, and definitely doing all of this out loud.
When you say I fell asleep for a little bit and it was probably good, Austin goes, I didn't, and it was deeply dramatic.
So Austin will deal with you first, with your 4.
Yeah.
So you head on outside.
Just trying to distract himself with work.
Absolutely. You climb up to the top of the van and you're starting to fix the camera to make sure everything's rolling. Looks like everything worked fine. You don't know what kind of footage you got. But it's then you catch it. You see it on the inside of your wrist where the burning sensation was. You see a brand on the inside of your wrist that is it is a deer skull with antlers that starts on the inside, and the antlers wrap and encircle your wrist like a bracelet.
Austin, where he goes, yep, that goes in the vault. he just covers up his wrists and represses it like he does everything that's bad.
That goes in the vault.
It goes in the vault.
So Linus and Luther, as Austin leaves the van, you're both sitting and processing. And as you're trying to parse this all together, your mind moves through the last time you experienced something like this with the Lewis and the Jabberwock and the stuff around the D&D and your characters. Why were you dressed in your adventurer's garb? And your mind moves to your dad for a moment, Charles Grimm. And you both come to a stark realization about something. You don't know how he died. And it's not as if you knew before or you forgot and there's a hole in your memory. You realize you never knew how he died.
Did you hear it? Did you hear that? We're just gonna say skull thing. Did you hear that skull say we get back the lost one?
Yeah, I don't understand.
Who of us is lost?
We got Mom back. She's fine, unless she was taken again.
I swear to God, if that woman gets taken one more time, I'm not gonna rescue her. You know I am.
We're all gonna go. It's becoming tradition at this point.
On the roof, you hear, "Hey, Luther's phone, call Mom." And his phone starts calling Mom.
What the hell?
What if it's Dad?
Dad's dead.
What if
gone.
Dad's? What if he's not? What if he is gone? But not gone.
I don't know about that. I wouldn't get your hopes up.
No, you're right.
Dad.
You're right.
Granted, I've never seen anything like what just happened, but my bet's on Dad's gone.
We should call Mom though and make sure she's not missing again. Where's your phone at?
We should. I think it's already calling her. I can hear it back
You
there.
hear that? Hello? Hello?
Mom, you still in the house?
Yes, of course. Are you boys okay? You just left?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're fine. Austin missed you.
Yeah.
Oh, that's kind of
Her
him.
phone, ding, and there's just a sup.
Oh, I just got his text. Thank you.
I told him it was late and he shouldn't call you, but he insisted.
I'm gonna have you roll a deception check, and your mom's gonna roll an insight check against you.
Of course. Deception. 11.
Your mom rolled a natural one.
Yes.
Well, I'm glad you boys are doing well. And even with the bonus for Luther, I feel like she would have a very high bonus for Luther
Right.
insight. But
yeah.
even with that, that's not going to be enough. Well, if you must not be far from the where you're going. Do you
I
have
feel like
plans
the
to-
dice told its story there, and that she just trusts Luther. Like she
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
just trusts that Luther will be for
Luther
her,
would
right?
tell her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no, we're almost there, Mom. But we're checking in before the night.
Okay. Well, just make sure everyone, if you need anything, you just call. And if there's a number that you need me to have for the place that you're at, I don't know if they do that anymore. And just let me know if you need anything, okay?
Oh, yeah, we will. All right. See you later. Everybody say you love Mom.
Love you, Mom.
Her phone, ding, love you.
I love you, boys. Good night.
Good night.
Some sleep.
All right.
Is it still raining?
I'm trying to
Yes.
start the van.
So as you go outside,
Point of order. Austin is still on the roof, having vomited a little bit and then just sat there crying in the rain. having checked on the camera.
I'm gonna just leave him up there.
Camera's fine. Austin just has a good shaky cry up on that roof. Just kind of lying back.
I try to start it.
it doesn't start.
Okay.
Your windshield is also cracked.
Perfect. All right.
And do you go take a look outside?
Yeah, I'm gonna get my coat from the back seat, or it's probably just hanging on my chair, and
Mm-hmm.
I'll throw it on. It doesn't have a hood because
Of course it doesn't.
of course it doesn't.
Kidding.
It's a duster.
It's a full duster, and I'm going to pop the hood, and I'm gonna see what's happened.
You notice it first. This is June. You know your car. Your back tire is flat, and
Okay.
your front axle looks to have some problems with it. Not to mention the cracked windshield, though that shouldn't affect the motor. But at first glance, before you even pop the hood, you know this thing's not going anywhere.
Okay. Well, how far does your phone say we're from where we're going?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I look at my GPS.
It says you're probably about like 20-minute drive.
Mm.
Oh.
20-minute drive. Wait. Vault. I get down off the roof. I walk over to because the hood's up, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna put my hand down towards the engine,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna go fixed. I'm gonna try and cast mending.
Okay.
I
I'm
feel
gonna
like Austin would be the first one to
Fixed.
be like,
yeah.
Every
it happened
time.
last time. It happened again. We're doing
Yeah.
it again. We're magical.
Okay, so mending takes a
Fixed.
minute to cast.
It does, yeah.
And
Which is why he says fixed so slowly.
yes, you watch as a couple of the wires that were unhooked slowly start to grow and reattach themselves. It's very slow, very minute.
Fireball. Does it work? I start finger go.
I'll get the jack out of the back, and I'll I'll start ratcheting the car up so I can change the tire. I assume I have at least like a donut or something.
Yeah,
No,
you
it's
do.
not going to drive far. It's not a full tire, but
No, but I mean, your axle's also done. The front axle is like toast. You're not going to be able to drive on the front of the car.
Okay. Well, I hope you didn't bring too much stuff. We're going to have to walk it. We're going to have to lock it.
I
and
will
deal with it in the
say,
morning.
you do have Dolores's number. She is the one contact in Waterford that you have.
Maybe we should text Dolores and
Call
have her come.
Dolores.
We should call Dolores. I
Yeah.
don't think she's a text. Can you? I fumble with my phone.
Here you go.
Make it call Dolores.
Call Dolores.
It starts calling Dolores. It's very voice activated.
Wonderful.
You hear it rings like 5 or 6 times, and you hear, "Yeah, this is a Sleepy Elm. What can I do?"
Hey, Dolores, it's Luther.
Oh, hi, Luther. Oh my gosh, so good to hear from you. How are you? Are you close by? Are you coming out today?
Oh, it's always good to hear your voice. We're ran into some trouble. I think we hit like a deer or something, and it ran off into the woods. The front axle's fucked. And
Oh, goodness gosh.
yeah, we're not too far, but can we get like a tow?
Absolutely. I'll send the Johnson boy out. I'll
Thank you
do
so
that.
much.
He did oh my God, the Johnson's mechanics right next door. I'll get them to send the tow out. I'll probably have to rouse him. He goes to bed early, but he'll be there soon. Just hold tight,
I
okay?
appreciate it. We're gonna hunker down right here then.
Do you want me to text where we are? Do you want me to send her a ping, like a pin of where we are on the map? Do you want me
Just
to-
look. Is there a
me to
road
text
sign?
that?
Can I tell her? Or is there maybe like a?
She, as you start trying to describe where, she goes, "Honey, there's only one road in and out."
You know what? That is a fair point. Thank you, Dolores.
The boy's name is Alec. He's a
Alec.
bit uppity. Be nice to
Okay.
him, okay? Be nice to him. He means well.
Okay. Well, for you, Dolores, I'll try.
All right. Okay. Well, I'll put the coffee on. I'll make sure there's some hot meals in the kitchen for you when you get here. Okay.
Oh, please do. We're gonna need dry clothes. It is absolutely pouring out here.
I know. And then she's like starts tittering off, and like it's like she's forgotten to hang up the phone. She just kind of walks away and goes to start doing something
Absolute
else.
energy.
All right. Bye, Dolores.
So the line goes like "Meh," after a couple minutes, and you assume that the call is ended. So about 30 minutes later, a tow truck arrives, and you see a young man. He's probably in his late teens, step out of the driver's side. Like he's barely old enough to be driving, much less driving like a tow truck. Can everybody give me a perception check when he walks out of the truck, please?
Come on. 10.
Okay.
24.
All right. This is actually perfect. Linus, you notice it first. In the little light that is going from the headlights of June, your car, and his tow that has a bigger light on the back, you see that his face looks exceedingly sunken and gaunt. He's got dark ringed circles around his eyes. His hair on his head is quite thin. But he also has a little bit of like his arms are like you can see on his neck actually, like it's not peach fuzz, but it almost looks like, I'm not sure if you know what lanugo is. It's like that kind of baby hair that is like trying to keep him warm. He looks unwell. He looks very, very unwell. And because you are a medical professional, I would allow you to make a medicine check.
Ooh, yeah, I want to try. Let me see. Ooh. 23.
He looks like he's suffering from extreme dehydration.
Oh.
Like extreme dehydration. Not sunstroke or anything. There's like this boy has not had water in a very long time.
Like I think that my medical training would kick in at that point. And I would like get out of the car and like walk up to him and I'd be like, "Sir, do you need water, electrolyte? What are you doing out here and not in a hospital bed?"
Are you the people that Dolores sent me to pick up?
Yeah, we are, but
Yeah,
you,
Alec?
how are you standing?
Yeah, I'm Alec. Nice to meet you.
Good. Nice to meet you. Can we? Is he? Nice. I'm sure he's
his
fine.
demeanor does not belie any illness. He seems fine.
What's up, Alec? And I wait for him to recognize me.
This is gonna be so sad.
He goes, "What's up, man?"
Fuck. That's a bummer.
Here, it was just and I'm like,
it's gonna take me a couple of minutes to like get the tow set up. So like, if you guys want to head into the tow truck, I've got space for you guys in there. There's get warm, the heater's on and all that kind of stuff. I'll hook up the truck.
Yeah, let's get out of the rain.
So yeah,
okay.
Can I help you with something? Is there something that you need before I hook up the truck?
Linus, you okay? We gotta get out of this rain.
No, it's fine. And I'm gonna like fish around in one of my 17 cargo pockets.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna pull out like one of those little emergency water rations that I've shoved in one of them. And I'm like, you look really thirsty. I know it's raining, but
that's funny. The boy could just look up and open his mouth.
Are you thirsty? Do you need
I got a tea in the car. Thank you, though.
Is that all you drink is tea? Do you drink water? Just water?
He is water, Linus. I thought you were a doctor.
I drink water. I'm not sure what you're talking about.
Okay, that's fine. And I'm gonna just like put it back in my pocket, and I'm gonna just like put my head down real low and walk back to the car, or walk to the tow truck.
So yeah, you climb into the tow truck, and he spends, the next 15 minutes hooking up the car. Is there anything you would like to do while you're in the tow truck, just sitting there?
For the first 5 minutes, Linus will be silent and just like thinking.
Linus, is something wrong?
That child should be dead. Did you not see what? Did you
coming
not
on a little strong?
That's kind of
like a nice enough kid.
Dehydrated he? Oh my god, that's not what it. He's a very sweet boy. Did you not see how dehydrated he is?
He looked a little haggard, but
no,
was fine.
I was too busy with the rain in my eyes.
He literally looks like he should be in a hospital bed.
Medically.
You're
not just judging him.
Crazy because he hasn't had
he needs to eat like a sandwich.
I don't judge people. I'm not judging. No. Oh my god. Of me body shaming. Come on. Let's be real.
He needs to be in a hospital bed because he's crazy because he doesn't know about my channel.
He needs to be in a hospital bed because he's so dehydrated. He looks like he hasn't had hydration in weeks. He should be like dead or like.
He said he drank tea.
Okay.
Is there tea in the
Can I look? Yeah.
Yeah. You don't even have to roll a check for me. There is a mug of tea in the cup holder in the center console.
I sniff it.
Yeah, it smells like herbal, like herbally.
You got the water ration. You can add extra water to the tea or something.
I do. I pour some water ration into his tea.
It's gonna make it cold.
It's fine. And then I'm just gonna.
Maybe it's too hot to drink.
Unrelated though, my tweet that just is in all caps, Deer Mountain Skull God is trending. So
I did
big hype for the channel. Yeah,
you
would have gotten a bunch of push notifications on your phone. I did link it so that anytime I tweet, your phone does light up.
Okay. I was wondering what was happening.
I thought I shut that off. Sorry,
Luther. I didn't text anyone, and it was starting to freak me out. My butt was vibrating for some reason. I was very unsure. Okay.
Yeah, got a lot of push notifications from my Twitter to your phone.
Yeah, you probably shouldn't tweet too much about what we're doing. I sit in and out, right? Like discreet. I thought like this stuff could be edited later, and in real time it's a bit dangerous.
Yeah. I edited the photo I edited the screen grab of the video that I took while the horrible deer god was talking.
Did you look at the video? You didn't tell me if you looked at the video.
Oh yeah, I would have looked back at the phone footage.
Okay, make a wisdom saving throw as you try to look at it.
Pick one. That's a natural 20.
Okay.
So 24 with the -1 from me and the +5 from Cody.
So you in the small screen, it takes your brain a minute to try and figure out what you're watching. And you see pieces of it. You see the antlers, but they do not look as menacing or evil or foreboding or large. You see the elongated body is not humanoid. It is more bestial.
Do I just have a video of a deer?
Just looks like a big deer.
I shouldn't
that
tweet
walked
this is
past
boring.
the car.
Ooh. Dang.
There are elements that, because you saw this huge beast, you can pick out the elements that you're like, that's not right. And it's like almost as if there are two images, something that is on top and something that is underneath.
I do tweet out a screen grab that's just like, yo, check out this big ass deer.
Okay.
I do tweet out a picture from this Doom video, and I do create a ring like situation.
All right. Noted. Noted.
God, he's gonna get us put in like
Austin tweets everything.
prison.
Everything is content. It's all on TikTok. It's all on
So
Twitter.
on the side of the tow truck, you would see Johnston's Auto Repair, and tucked inside on the like upper flap of the car, you see a picture of Alec and a person who could only be his dad. Like, there is so much family resemblance between the two of them, and they do not look gaunt. They look quite normal.
I was gonna say, how different does he look from now?
It is like he looks like a shell of a person, but seemingly is unaware of that.
You know what?
So,
I'm gonna check up
go
on
ahead.
Alec. I'm gonna get out the car and see if he needs some help.
Yeah, and he's just finishing. He's like pressing the button. He's like, and the tow truck is lifting up, and you see June kind of hooked up there. Finally, kind of hooks the last things, and he goes, "Oh, hi, Mr. Grimm. Yeah.
Hey.
It's ready to go. It'll just be. I'll hop in the car, and it's about a 20-minute drive to my dad's shop, and we'll get you well set up. Dolores has told us all about you guys. We'll get you well set up and ready to go.
Amazing. I appreciate. I know it's late for you. I appreciate you coming out here all the way.
Any friend of Dolores's, she takes such good care of everybody. Any friend of Dolores's is. I'm happy to help.
Yeah, she does take care of us, doesn't she?
Hey, Alec.
Yeah.
Do you want to be in a documentary?
What?
I just need to know whether or not you want to sign these release forms. Otherwise, I can blur out your face.
I think my parents would need to sign those.
Oh, how old are you?
17.
Yeah, I think so. No, I don't know.
No, I think they do.
Yeah.
Like, I was doing this shit when I was 17.
Yeah, but like you.
You're not supposed to be.
No.
I thought it was like 12 that you can sign up for TikTok.
Mr. Grimm, it looks like that we're gonna need to replace your axle. And my dad's probably gonna want to check under the hood to make sure that like it's gonna run okay and not overheat.
Yeah.
Or
no, you
and
you do what you need to. I'm no mechanic.
And we're kind of a bit out of the way, so I'll get my dad to talk to you about the timing and stuff. Might be a couple days before we can get the parts in, but we'll get them the fastest that we can for you.
Absolutely. I'll talk to Dolores and we'll see what can be done. Thank you.
Okay, I'll just take you to the Sleepy Elm is right next door, so I'll just take you to the shop and we'll take the car inside, and you can talk to my dad about fixing it and pricing in the morning.
Perfect. Yeah, that sounds great.
Awesome.
Okay, I'll get back in the car.
Okay, great. So he hops in the car.
Luther, this is a business expense, by the way, so don't.
Oh, you.
Everything is deductible.
This is like the beginning of every horror movie I've ever watched, you guys. This is so exciting.
Yeah, it's really good content.
Yeah, it is.
So Alec hops in the van, and he turns on the radio, and he starts singing along, like humming along to what's ever on the radio. But I need everyone to make a perception check for me, please.
At 15.
Please let me not fail one of these. Oh, 17?
Natural 18, so 17.
And 15 for me.
It's static to the three of you. He's
Welcome
singing
to the
along like it's
Hotel
music.
California.
I want to be clear. I'm sitting as far away from Alec as the car will allow. Like he makes me so uncomfortable because he should not be able to walk. So my medical brain is just like, he's a zombie and we're gonna die. And he's singing to the static on the radio.
I'm going to slowly turn the radio down.
Oh, you're not a fan of jazz?
No, I love jazz. I'm sorry. I have a little bit of a headache. It's been a
Oh,
long
I'm so
day.
sorry, Mr. Grimm. Of course. Yeah, feel free
No,
to turn it
it
off.
is-
It's all good.
It is not your fault in any way. Thank you.
Oh, speaking of headaches, I'm in the back seat. I'm gonna be like checking Austin for like
Almost
concussion.
certainly concussed.
Yeah.
Covered in blood. Like his
He for sure
forehead
has a
got fully
concussion.
split open.
You need to not sleep for
do
the
you
next
show-
12 hours.
Do you
So,
show
what?
Linus your wrist?
No, it's in the vault. It's in the vault.
Okay.
His sleeves are still there. Like, I think
Why do I feel like this is also how Adam deals with the vault?
It is.
I'm
is
taking
the
all of the
vault.
worst Adam characteristics and putting them into Austin.
Yeah.
I think it would be fair that it's out of character for Austin to wear his sleeves down. So I feel like Linus would have might be able to catch that. I don't know. I leave that in your very capable hands.
I
Em,
would
what sort of
definitely be
call.
doing like a cursory like medical check. Like he was standing when we hit the dear god of
Oh,
death.
yeah.
So I'm like, oh, did he break any arms? He obviously has a concussion? Like, are you bleeding anywhere?
Like,
But
can you make
Austin-
a medicine check then?
Austin wears a hoodie all the time, and his sleeves are never rolled down. They're always
He's
like
pushed
tucked
up.
right to his elbow. Yeah.
So medicine is 17.
Okay, and can you also roll me a corresponding insight check, please?
Insight. Insight is 18.
Awesome. Yeah, you absolutely clock that it is Austin uncharacteristically has his sleeves down. He looks like he might have stages of a concussion. And he's got a couple bumps and bruises, but he looks otherwise fine. No slurred speech, no, his pupils look okay. He definitely has got a bit of a goose egg where he hit his head, but so do you. Very uncharacteristic that he has his sleeves down.
So I'll pull a small ice pack, like a breakable ice pack, out of my pants pocket, and I'll like crack it, and I'll be like, "Can you put this on your head?"
Yeah.
And as soon as he reaches up, I'm gonna pull
Yes.
down his hoodie sleeves.
You manage to get it down, and you see a skull with branching antlers that circle around the wrist. The antlers interlock with each other on the back and kind of start to snake up his hand.
I'm gonna look at it, and I'm gonna look him like dead in the eyes. I'm like, if this were a zombie movie, you would get us all killed. And then I'm just gonna turn and I'm gonna stare at the front of the truck. I'm not even gonna ask him about it. I'm just gonna make sure that he understands.
That's such a fucking good way to guilt someone.
Perfection.
Oh my god.
So Alec drives you and the car towards Waterford. Takes, he drives it well, 15-20 minutes. And he pulls in to Johnston's auto repair. It's closed, obviously. It's about 11:30 at night at this point. And he leaves. For the sake of brevity, he ushers you inside. He points to the sleepy elm next door. He locks the auto shop with June inside, and he gives you a key. And he says, why don't you go inside and get warm? But if you need anything, all of our shop is locked up. But like, if you want to get into your car now, or like in a little bit, I'm gonna go head to bed. I have an early shift at the grocery store, but you can just hop in there. It's totally okay. Any friend of Dolores is a friend of ours.
Oh,
Very
thank you.
trusting.
Thank you, Alec. Yeah, good man.
And so he gives you the key. So you have the key to Johnson's Auto Repair, the garage part of it where your van is currently being kept.
Hey Alec.
Yeah.
Do you like YouTube?
I don't really spend a lot of time online. I do some school stuff, but I mostly try and like to spend my time outdoors. I don't watch a lot of content, I guess.
Cool. That's cool.
The lighting is better in here, and it is like the shadow, the rings come down to like the top of his cheekbones.
Wow. Can I like while he's like talking to Austin, can I just be like making like a slow, I want to say inconspicuous, but it would be very conspicuous circle around him, like with my medical eyes, and I'm just like,
yeah, you can roll a medicine check, absolutely.
I just feel like there's something wrong with this kid, and I want to help him.
I'm gonna distract him with the trailer to the Brothers Grimm channel.
So he's looking down. He's like, "Whoa, that looks really cool. Is that you guys?"
Yeah. It's good. Whoa. It's good CGI, right? Like very realistic.
Dolores said you guys were cool. This is awesome.
Pretty dope, huh?
So you're walking around him, Linus, and it is like he's a bit bloated, which is like another common characteristic of excessive dehydration. Jeez. Yeah, there's like a couple patches where his hair seems to have fallen out, but it is like he does not notice at all.
So like while I'm behind him, where he can't see, I want to look at like Luther. I want to make eye contact with Luther, and I want to be like, like, you know, and I'm just gonna mimic like there's something really wrong with this kid, and then there's no like, I can't like inspect his body without being super obvious, so I'll just give up for the evening and like sort of just stand behind my brothers with my little thermos of tea and just be like,
well, thank you for the key, Alec. Like you said, you have something to do in the morning, so we're gonna check in with Dolores. You have a great rest of your night.
Like and subscribe.
You guys have a good night, and I'm sure I'll see you around.
Get some rest, drink some water, make sure you stay hydrated. I'm a nurse.
Oh yeah, and he takes a big long swig of the teacup that he's drinking, like the thermos that he has.
Yeah, make sure
I will.
Electrolytes are great. Pedialyte is a really good way to stay hydrated if you have a hard time drinking.
Are you telling him to drink pee?
Pedialyte.
No, Pedialyte.
It's like
when you're sick and you're a kid, you drink.
It's an electrolyte solution. I'm not telling him to drink his own pee. Anyway,
he goes, okay,
bye. Good night.
He starts walking off just to like down a lake. It looks like this is like as you walk outside, the rain has subsided at this point. It's still very wet. Like the moisture is there's a lot of moisture in the air, but and there's some fog that's in the town, but it's not raining currently. So as you walk outside, you're kind of on the main drag of Waterford, not a big town in the slightest. And you are right next door to the Sleepy Elm Diner and Motel. You've got Johnston's Auto Repair. There's a grocery store, maybe like a half a block down. Seems like there's kind of like some random businesses that it's obviously everything is closed up for the night, but the Sleepy Elm looks open.
I know it's probably a little conspicuous and like isn't the vibe we're going for, but that was the singular most traumatic experience of my life. And
Alec wasn't that bad.
He was a weird kid, but no, I'm talking about the deer god. I think I did magic earlier again. I think I fixed the car just like a tiny bit.
Good. You sure?
Yeah.
We didn't get transported to like the magical forest this time. So like
I'm gonna cup my hands and I'm gonna focus really hard and try to cast light into the like hole of my hand.
Okay, roll me an Arcana check.
17.
Luther and Linus, as his hands are clasped, it is like he's holding a little firefly in his hand. It's not a lot, but it's there.
Like we all have concussions. Awesome.
Wait, open your hands.
I like look around. Is there anyone nearby?
No, not that you can see.
I open my hands up.
And you watch as a little light just goes. But when it fizzles out, you see the branching deer patterns in the light.
Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I didn't mean to do that. I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah. Austin, show Luther your wrist.
Yeah,
what?
it's a tattoo. I just got like
It's not a tattoo.
It's a tattoo that I got, and it's just like weird timing.
I swear to God.
You got
get
that
us
tattoo
killed.
between leaving.
No, I got it a couple
arriving
days ago. I
here.
just didn't want. I just wanted to be a surprise, and then the deer god came, and it just felt like a bad time.
Luther, it is absolutely. You've seen what it looks like when you've had to take when someone's taken a hot knife to a cut to cauterize it. It is a brand. It's a burn.
Yeah. Okay. Number one, that's not a tattoo. Number two, you're full of bullshit. Or I guess deer shit.
I think we should take the sword and the shield and the gun with us.
You're not wrong.
Again,
we're gonna
look a little conspicuous.
We're gonna look at that more later. And you could have gotten us if this was a zombie movie. And I'm just gonna walk away.
No, Linus, please. Try to do magic, please. I don't want to be the only one who can do magic because that means the deer god has chosen me. Please do magic. I don't want to be chosen by the deer god. I don't want to be chosen by the deer god.
I'm like trying to pull my shield out, but I'm not very strong and it's heavy. And I'm like, no, I'm not. I want to go take a nap. I want to drink some hot cocoa.
Just a tiny bit of magic. I just don't want to be the only one.
Oh my God, fine. And I'm going to turn around and I'm going to try and cast light in my hands and be like,
Roll me an Arcana check, please.
I'm not good at Arcana at all. It's 10.
You see, it is almost like someone sparks a flint. You get like one little mote.
It was very unimpressive, but that's fine. You did something.
I didn't do anything. Oh
wait,
my God.
okay, wait a minute. Let me see your wrist.
Inside first. Secret places. Let's just get into a room.
We're outside in the rain. Just let me see.
You're right.
Let me see your wrist. I want to try to lay on hands it.
Oh.
Ooh.
Okay. Tell me what it looks like when Luther does lay on hands.
Well, if it's anything like Orin, I would try to cover it entirely with both of my hands. If it works, you would see maybe some grass, or like there would be like nature would become a little bit more lush around the spot they're standing, I think.
Okay. As you're gonna have to also roll me. Yeah, you're gonna roll me an Arcana check as well, please.
Okay. Natural 1. It's a 2.
So you go and you hold Austin's wrist, and Austin, this is like the second time you and Luther have like touched in years. But beyond the like warmth and compassion and care that you are receiving from your brother, you don't feel anything.
Well,
Linus, I think we've been chosen by the deer god.
Well, it looks like you two are Deary's favorite.
I haven't been chosen by shit, and I don't want to hear about it. I just want to get inside so we can talk to Dolores and figure out. We don't even know what we're here for.
No.
I'm so tired of hearing about the deer god. I swear, Austin.
Dolores would know. She gave us a tip on something. The reason why we're here. I think maybe the shield and the sword are a little bit much, but the hunting rifle over my shoulder is not going to draw too much attention.
The shield has an engraving of me flipping people off. It's a bit much. Yeah, it's a lot.
It's a lot. You wrap that in a coat first, and we'll take it.
Oh my God. I'm just leaving it in the box.
As you do this, you walk over to the diner, the Sleepy Elm Diner, which is attached to the motel. It's like obviously the place where if you're staying in the motel, that's where you would the first choice where you would go eat. You walk inside. And you see probably about the sign flashes a neon 24 hours in the window. And it seems like that if there's anywhere that anybody's going to be at this time of night, it's here. You see some people who look like they drive trucks. You see some people who are obviously coming off of a medical shift of some kind. You see a couple police officers. And you see a woman approaching you. She looks kindly, an older woman in her early 60s, long silver white braid kind of down one shoulder, jeans and a plaid shirt and an apron over top. She smiles as she walks up to you. But it's at that moment that your eyes jump from her to almost everyone in this room. And they look exactly the same as Alec. And that is where we are going to take our break.
Oh, I was gonna ask. I was like, they gaunt though.
They gaunt though.
They gaunt.
So we will be back in a tight, what is that, 8?
The vibe that I thought this was gonna be like a kind of whimsical cryptid hunt, and it has just turned into a terrifying horror.
I
love it. It's great. You're doing such a good job.
Yeah.
Someone,
Amazing.
I watched, I read a tweet something. I was like, "What's your DM style?" And I realized that I like teeth, tentacles, and a total party kiss. So that's we're going to the break with that one. We will see you shortly. Bye.
Bye.
Oh hey guys, it's me, Adam, and I'm here to talk to you about the sponsor for tonight's episode, Legendcraft. Legendcraft is a Canadian woodworking company that makes D&D and tabletop gaming tables and accessories. They are a couple of passionate crafters that create items that will instantly become a highlight of any tabletop or RPG player's game night. An absolute favourite of mine is the Mountain King board gaming table. This table is bonkers cool, looking like it is straight out of a Dwarven King's Hall. It's really unlike anything I've ever seen. We feel really good about endorsing this Canadian business that brings so much passion into something we care so deeply about. So head over to their Instagram at legendcraft.ca to have a look at what they're making and let them know that Blackwater sent you. And if any of you fall in love with any of their amazing products, you can go to their website and use the promo code Blackwater for 5% off. It supports a Canadian business and also helps support our stream in this crazy D&D game we love. Thanks, and enjoy the rest of the show.
Okay, we are back.
I blame you, Em. You brought this energy to me. You've made it spooky, and I'm responding.
Did you have any other? There was going to be. I love me a spook. I love a creep. So here we are. You thought you were going to just be out there hunting nice cryptids. No.
I thought it was
Not
gonna be really
today.
easy. Go to the woods.
Not today.
Go to the woods.
Go to the woods.
Fuck up Bigfoot.
Make Austin put his hand in some bear shit, and then find
And instead, I
That's on the
introduce
list.
you to the great beast. You're welcome.
Oh my God.
That voice was so good, by the way.
Yeah, that
Thank
voice
you
was
so
great.
much. So you walk through the doors of the Sleepy Elm, and the like ding ling ling, alerting everyone, and all of the eyes turn towards you, and you just see dark black circles, same as Alec was. Dolores, just a wave, and she's got a big smile on her face, and she walks towards you. Luther, it's so nice to meet you. Thank you so
Dolores.
much for coming to our little neck of the woods. She she hugs you without question.
Okay,
And
good.
Dolores is also super gaunt.
Yes.
Yucky.
Yes.
Hey,
And Luther, as she hugs you, she would be a bit more. I mean, she's on in years a little bit,
Mhm.
and she's not slender by any means, but it is like her body weighs less than it should. Like she feels smaller.
She looks like maybe like an old woman, but she feels like brittle, like smaller.
Yeah, it's like her body is a bit lighter than it should be.
Hey, Dolores, you all right? You doing okay?
Oh, well, I'm happy to see you. Glad that you're all right. Alec, get you back okay?
Yeah, absolutely. He hooked us up to the tow truck, and he actually gave us a key to the garage if we needed to get anything from.
He is such a good boy.
Yeah, do you eat enough?
Oh yeah.
Sure.
Oh, he and his dad take such good care. They are such wonderful people. They come in time to time. They're so busy. Alex got a job. He's on the honor roll. We're all real proud of him. Hoping he gets into an Ivy League.
Hi, Dolores. I'm Austin.
These
It's
are
really
my
nice
brothers.
to-
These are my
really
two
nice to meet you.
brothers.
I'm kind of documenting this trip,
Yeah. Oh,
taking
please.
the memories
You-
and down and not. Do you mind if
you-
we take a selfie together? I know Gen Z, but do you mind
You
if
want-
we take a quick selfie
You want to put a picture of me
Here.
on your channel?
on the channel? Like also just for memories. Do you mind?
Wow. Yeah,
I'm
of
gonna
course.
take a selfie with us all.
She smooths her hair, and this is obvious that it's like being involved in any way, shape, or form with anything about the cryptid hunting channel. She is like,
Amazing.
she's
We
tickled
already have
pink
a
about
fan.
that. And you
I take a
see her face is
selfie.
pale as she blushes a little bit, but it is like the rose doesn't fully reach her cheeks.
And I take the selfie and I show it to her. Does she
She's-
come across as super gaunt in the photo?
She sees her photo and does not see anything wrong with
This-
it. She
this
goes, "Oh,
is
that's
good.
a
This-
nice one."
Oh,
Oh,
great,
I look
great.
good in
I
that
look at the
Yeah.
other two and I'm like,
No, come on in. Come on in. You must be starving. Come in, come in.
we need. Yeah, absolutely. We need some food,
Oh.
some hot.
So she sidles you into kind of a booth.
Line
And
is so concerned.
so concerned. She sidles you into a booth and she puts some menus down in front of you. It's would be pretty standard diner fare. There's all day breakfast, there's sandwiches, there's some pretty standard dinners. would be very, very typical diner-esque. And she comes back over and she puts 3 glasses down on the table. She pours water for you, and she comes back with a coffee cup. Coffee? Anybody?
Yes.
Oh,
One,
yeah,
yes,
yeah.
please.
That'd be
Cream,
that'd
please.
be great.
Wonderful, wonderful. So she grabs 3 mugs and she fills the 3 of you up with coffee.
Could I get do you have like a slice of pie that I could grab?
Oh, sure do. We carry blueberry and apple. What would you like?
Apple would be amazing. Thank you so much.
Did you want a la mode with that, honey?
Yeah. That sounds amazing.
Okay, fantastic. Yeah, 1 apple pie a la mode.
Yeah,
Anything for the 2 of you?
I had a lot of sandwiches on the way here, and I'm actually really full, but thank you so much. I'll let you know if I change my mind. I'm just, the car accident, I bumped my head. I'm a little nauseous,
Oh gosh. Well, okay. Well, make sure you settle yourself. Let us know if you need any food, ginger ale, water, anything like that.
Of course.
I'm gonna go get the keys for your rooms.
Amazing. Yeah.
I've got you in just some single rooms. We're not super busy this time of year, but just in case, sometimes we have like sports groups come through and stuff. So I've got 3 rooms for you, and as long as you're in town looking for I'll bring over my notes. I'll bring over my notes too.
We really
okay,
appreciate
good.
it. Thank you so much, Dolores.
Please.
All right, perfect. But that pie's coming right up, and that's on me, sugar. So I'll be right back.
Oh, you're so kind. As soon as she's away from the table, we shouldn't drink or eat anything here, right? Like,
oh my god. Okay, I'm so no.
I was trying to get her to order. I was ordering the pie to get her away from the table. Like, I don't know. Maybe it's this fucking food that makes them look like they're fucking dying. Like,
Luther.
Yeah.
Look at them.
They don't look good, dude. They look haggard as hell.
Okay, they do look a little overworked and underslept.
It is my medical professional opinion, Luther, that these people are incredibly ill.
Yeah, I think.
Okay.
Let's not drink any of the water or eat any of the food. I'm just gonna put this pie in my pocket. Because I don't want to be rude to Dolores. She seemed really excited about the idea of me like ordering her pie, and I don't want her to see me not eat it, so I'm just gonna shove it somewhere.
I've got an empty cargo pocket.
Yeah. No, I carry Ziploc bags everywhere I go.
If we don't know what's making them like this, then we shouldn't. You're right. We shouldn't eat or drink this stuff.
I pull out a Ziploc bag that's filled with rice just in case my phone gets wet.
That doesn't actually work.
As you're saying this, she comes back over to the table with, it's like a delicious looking piece of pie with it looks like freshly baked. The pie is warm. There's a big scoop of vanilla ice cream on the top. And she puts a fork down on the table, and she puts 3 this place doesn't have key cards. It's like keys with tags on them that say that have like a picture of a tree, and they say the Sleepy Elm on it. And she said, if you go out the diner door, and it looks like there's a door from the main hotel lobby or motel lobby into the diner. She goes, just up to the first floor and down to the left. That's where your rooms are there. And then if you need anything, there's a continental breakfast down here in the morning. So please feel free to take part in that every day.
Is that all homemade?
Everything. Yeah. Oh, of course it is. We make everything from scratch.
All locally sourced ingredients and stuff.
I mean, well, we do get some of our produce come in from other places as most, but we shop from the local stores, the grocers here. Yeah, everything
local
is
businesses.
Local. Yeah, the ice cream made here.
Local.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Amazing. Well, I can't wait.
I'll enjoy. You'll have to tell me how it's been a while since I've had some pie watching my figure, but
your figure looks great. You should
look great.
definitely
You look
eat.
great.
Oh, thank you.
Maybe get back on the pie train.
Oh, that's kind of you. That's kind of you. Before you are probably so busy with planning everything. I don't want to disrupt. But I'll leave you my notes.
Please.
About what people have taken it to calling it the Horned Horror. I don't really like the name. But that's what they're calling it. So I mean, with the cryptids, the name it picks is the name that often sticks, right?
And do you want to be referred to as an anonymous source, or do you want us to credit you for the tip?
Credit me?
Yeah. So like the way this works is like we can either have you sign a release form where your face is shown, but your name isn't released, or we can just release your name and you will be referred to as our source.
Well, that might be mighty nice. I might.
Okay, cool. I'll get those release forms, and yeah, another time. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, this is a dossier of everything that I've been able to put together from all the stuff across town.
No one's gone missing, right? This is pure just anecdotal. This is by sight.
Well, there's been 2 or 3 missing people over the last couple years, but nothing's ever been linked together, and we don't have a full police detachment here, just a sheriff and a deputy. Yeah.
Have you noticed anyone in the town maybe not feeling quite as good as normal, not feeling as up to snuff, or
a little
rundown, or feeling kind of gross or icky?
Well, now that you mention it, there is kind of this thing that happens every couple months or so. It's really like without warning. A lot of us seem to have trouble sleeping, and it kind of happens all at the same time. It's really strange.
Yeah.
The horned heart, does it have anything like in its legend folklore to do with like water or hydration or like liquids, anything kind of around that?
Kind of the opposite, actually. It seems like there's like it's like fire. People have talked about like, well, here, let me show you. Yeah. So she kind of she pulls up a chair from a table and kind of sits down at the front of it. She turns it around.
I move the pie away from me, and I like pretend to be too engrossed.
And she opens this dossier in front of you with her very tiny, neat handwriting. There's sticky notes. There's like circled things. It's like very, very, it's meticulously documented. And it looks like over the last, probably year or 2, maybe, there seems to be some accounts of this creature, the horned horror, that she's received through emails and a couple of blurred photographs. So looking at the blurred photographs, you see this tall humanoid-esque creature with gangly arms and legs, with its rib cage that seems to be almost like you see kind of bones, and it seems like protruding from its chest, and its face is goat-like. And it has 4 antlers, 2 at the top and then 2 coming down this way.
Does it also look a bit gaunt?
It looks like tall and lean. You can't really make out anything more than the like it's a photo that's kind of taken
like shapes.
You see the shape of the creature, but you can't tell any color or anything like that.
Sure. Dolores, when people have sighted, have they noted any sort of sounds or smells or like anything that assaults the senses?
Oh yeah. Some people reports the smell of like embers, like ash.
Oh, okay.
And that kind of brings me to this one, and you see a police report. Talks about someone who had come to Waterford and then stayed for a couple of days, but then was going for some hiking in the woods and has gone missing. They found the only clues that had been left over from this person were some piles of ash near discarded clothing under an entanglement of vines and thorns. So it was almost like they found pieces of the discarded clothing with some piles of ash and thorns and bracken essentially over top of it.
Okay.
And that person went missing up near the water reservoir about 6 months ago.
Is that the most recent?
Yeah. There's a couple of reports from a while back, but nothing as detailed as this one. And we put in a call up. When we discovered that, we'd sent out many search parties looking for the person, but we put in a call. We found that the watershed wasn't working well, and we don't have anyone in town that could fix it. So we put in a call to the county office, but nobody's come up to fix it.
Okay.
Are there any local folklore, lores, legends about like how far back does this legend go? Is this an old legend or is this kind of a new one?
Well, if it was old, I would have called you about it much sooner. This has really only come up in the last little while, and this is the most details we have of it.
Sure. Old age. Sorry, I had something, but it's gone.
No, that's
Fine.
quite all right.
We were recently in a car crash, so it's
Yeah.
It's true.
Oh,
Yeah.
is the sleeping times when people all have trouble? Is that happening currently? Would you say? Has it started up again, or how long ago did that happen?
It's kind of been started up recently, about 2 weeks ago.
Oh, and it like goes for a
Maybe.
while.
How long does that
Well,
last
maybe 6 weeks ago. Hard to remember when you're not getting much sleep, but it seems like we all go through it, so we kind of all just weather it together as a town.
Yeah. Brings you closer together. Well, if you don't mind, we're gonna really get in on this.
Oh,
dig
sure.
deep
I
into
don't want
this
to. I don't want to get in the way of your work.
Wow.
I'm just happy to be involved.
Thank you for the call.
Please,
Dolores.
let the front desk know if you need anything else on your way to your rooms or anything like that, or if there's anything at all we can do for you. Someone will be able to help.
Thank you.
All right.
Appreciate you.
Yes.
Again, I've based Austin off of a lot of my bad traits,
Mm-hmm.
and one of my bad traits is if I don't have something to do with my hands,
Yes.
especially at a restaurant,
Yes.
I compulsively drink water.
Yeah.
Because it's something to do while I'm waiting. So I would like to make a roll, and I would like you to determine what roll I need to make to like actively not let my like ADHD brain distract me from the fact that I shouldn't be drinking water, and to not just like start nervously drinking.
I feel like a past thing of D&D would be, or Pathfinder would be, a will save.
Yeah.
So it would be, I'm assuming, wisdom. Yeah. And I will say, because this is something that you do when you're nervous and you're doing it as something to do, I'm going to say you're going to roll it at disadvantage.
That is totally fair.
That's fair.
Do I benefit from Luther being a paladin? I realize that I do realize we were doing that despite the fact that we aren't paladins yet.
You do benefit.
Okay, cool, B.
And I will tell you if you do not.
Sick one. I rolled the same number twice on the die, so that's exciting. But less exciting is the number that I rolled. So +5 is a 13, and -1 for my wisdom modifier. That's a 12.
Do you think that's enough?
Yeah, I feel like it was like a 10 split.
Great.
Like, I think
So
12 is like he reaches for it and occasionally like puts the glass up, and then we'll like see Linus being like, "Fuck you doing?" Like, and he'll be like, "Oh, you're right."
Do you drink the coffee?
Oh, absolutely not. The only thing he would be drinking is the water by just like pure distractedness.
Okay.
He finds a lug nut that he like fell off the car, and he starts playing with it just to keep his hands occupied.
Okay. So as Dolores kind of toodles away, she starts chatting with other tables. Like, you hear the sounds of normal conversation, laughter. It's very, very juxtaposed to the visage of the peoples that you see in this room. Everyone seems quite pleasant. There's laughter. There's joking around. So that's what Dolores knows, and that's what she has in the dossier. And there's directions to the watershed in there as well. I guess my question is too, did you bring your dad's stuff with you? The stuff, the DM stuff. Did you bring any of that from home?
I can't think why we would have.
No, I feel like I probably would have left that home.
Yeah, because Mum's
Safe.
learning how to DM.
Yeah.
Like,
Think you would have left that.
I feel like
part.
Mum has all of that.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Sounds good.
I do have a sword directly next to me in the booth, though.
Ridiculous. I'm sitting on top of my shield.
I quickly spoon the pie into my
Your Ziploc bag.
my Ziploc bag.
So-
Rice.
It's at that moment then you get a Austin, do you keep your phone on vibrate, or is your phone like obnoxiously loud with
Oh,
like
no. Like, fully vibrate.
fully vibrate? So you get a buzz
Yeah.
on your phone.
Yeah, it's a different buzz to the buzzes that are constantly going off because of Twitter and Instagram.
Yeah. It's the text message
Buzz.
Yeah.
There's like such a minute difference in the two. He knows them perfectly. He
Yeah.
opens his phone.
So you pull out the phone, and it's a text from your mom. And she says, "Hey, it says, hi, Austin. Sorry to bother you so late. It's Mom. And she says, I'm reading Dad's monster manual to prep for our session next time. Did you take some pages out of it?
Hey, Mom. Yeah, just I've some inspiration for if we don't end up finding anything, maybe some CGI stuff. Just using some to make notes to send to the CGI folk that I work with.
And you get another buzz through as you're texting this again. It's your mom's taking a picture. So your dad's DM manual is laid out in front of you. And she's taken 2 angles. She's taken a top angle and a side angle. From the top angle, you see a sliver, a little bit of paper kind of sticking up from the center of the book. And from the side angle, it looks like pages have been cut. I would say probably 3 or 4 pages that have been cut out with something very sharp. I
should bring him back soon. When we get back, I'll have him. Here's us. We made it to the town, and I'm gonna send the selfie that I took with gaunt ass Dolores to her and be like, love you, and wait for a response to see if she says anything about Dolores or whether it's just us that can see that.
You send that picture along, and you get a reply back that says, I'm so happy you're spending this time with your brothers.
Yeah, everyone happy and healthy. Everyone in this photo happy and healthy. Question mark.
she goes, love you. Say goodnight to your brothers for me.
Yeah. Yep. I show them the text thread.
Okay.
I love Mom. She's not always the most observant.
She's also too nice to say anything.
She also
as well.
would not
like
say
she wouldn't say anything.
Yeah.
But like, I feel like I gave her an open door to say something.
She still wouldn't though, Mom.
Oh no, I don't really have any close friends. I realized I was gonna text someone, but like, I don't know anyone that I trust.
Do you say that out loud?
Really? Yeah, out loud, fully out loud. He's truly the saddest sentence I, Adam Lucas, have ever said out loud.
We're your friends.
Well, yeah, but you can see that Dolores looks haggard as fuck. I was gonna send it to someone.
No,
Linus, you're a person who's like super nice and good to get. Like, do you have anyone that you could send this photo to and be like, "Hey, look, we're having a good time"? That would be like, "Yo, what the fuck is with that lady?" Like, do you have any friends who are like nice but also kind of fucked up?
To Greg, can we send it to
Greg?
Greg.
Yeah, we can send it to Greg.
Greg doesn't like texting.
Let's not involve any of my friends with this.
You said Greg is Greg gonna shoot me with a shotgun if I text him?
No, it's fine. We'll use. Here's my phone.
Phone. Send text to Greg, and then I drop the photo from my phone to his phone.
Just do that.
And get it to send it.
Thumbs seems like a waste of energy. Yeah, just send,
also
ask him if is this the Dolores you know?
As you go to send the photo to Greg, the little wheel of sending spins and spins, and then it goes X. It goes. You feel it message back. Message not delivered. Individual does not have text messages enabled.
Yeah, no, I didn't fucking call that.
Of course not. He wouldn't.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
When Lewis, the asymmetrical dingus, when he was running around. And remind me, the entry of the Jabberwock was not there, but the like Jabberwock question mark entry was.
Yeah,
where,
the
like,
Jabberwock,
the
picture of the Jabberwock was in the book.
In the monster manual.
In the monster manual, yeah. But you didn't look at the monster manual. You just looked at your dad's campaign notes.
Right.
But the monster manual and the DM's guide would have been all together with your dad's campaign notes.
I am worried that Dingus maybe did something with the monster manual. I mean, this is not the first time that our dad's D&D campaign magically came to life. So like that dear God thing didn't he say something about the Jabberwock?
He did.
Did he? Yeah.
Yeah, it released stuff, right?
I have a very hefty head injury.
Would you like me to repeat what the Great Beast said to you?
No, I like the fact that I Adam Lucas don't remember, because I don't think Austin remembers. And if people do want it repeated, I will take my headphones off, because I think the
Totally
vague
okay.
memory of the sentence is what Austin has.
We'll love that.
Well,
the deviance. No, that's Marvel.
Something. Can you make this call, Greg?
I don't think he does. We need
call Greg.
Call Greg.
I just say that and it just does it.
Yeah, you say, "Hey phone, call Greg."
Okay, hey phone, call Greg.
And it does indeed start calling Greg.
That is wild.
Yeah, you can set
Technology.
your like "Hey Google" or your "Hey Alexa." You can just set it to be.
And it just goes,
a word
yeah,
that you
what?
want to be.
What's up, Luther?
Greg, have you ever met Dolores? Just phone over the phone.
Not in
right?
person, no. Yeah, just over the phone and email.
Yeah, she sends in the tips. Okay. I'm gonna send you a picture.
What, to my email?
Yeah, to your email. Yeah, we tried texting it to you. I forgot you don't do text.
No, I don't text.
Yeah, no, that makes perfect sense. I'm gonna send you a
Surprised
photo.
have an email.
Everyone, I'm gonna try to whisper.
What's the work email?
Yeah, everyone here is incredibly in poor health, but still.
What do you mean poor health?
I'm talking like
For the raid, my lady Saito.
Oh, thank you so much for the raid, folks. Welcome
Welcome on in, good friends.
Welcome on in.
I'm talking like should not be standing, like they have not eaten or drank anything in weeks.
In a word, I would describe them as haggard as fuck.
That's more.
That's 3 words.
Yeah, that's more than one.
I'll lean forward and I'll be like, "It is my medical professional opinion that these people should all be in hospital beds with IVs of intense amounts of fluids. They look like they're dying." And then I'll just lean back and I'll like,
sleep deprivation.
You're muted. Adam.
Your mic went off again.
He goes,
Oh,
you guys gonna be okay up there? You got rations?
No,
Don't need anything.
No, we don't need anything. I'll send him the photo.
Email him the photo.
Yeah. Do you see what I'm seeing here? Does she look normal to you?
He goes, hold on, let me go to my computer.
Yeah.
So he has to take
I
a
love
couple
Greg
minutes.
so much.
And he opens up his computer and
Your
you
dial-up
hear him
sound.
you hear him just like sip something and take a drag on a cigarette in the background. Oh, what the fuck?
Oh, you see
She looks
that, right?
sick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she looks like she's about to pass out.
Yeah, she doesn't look well.
No, everyone here looks like that.
Well, shit.
"Yeah, shit is right.
Yeah,
Thank you.
even the-
Finally, fuck."
Even like the high school boy that came and picked us up, not an ounce of life in him. He looks like he was 90.
I'm gonna crop the photo so it's just Dolores.
Mhm.
Send it to Mum and be like, "Hey, Linus is worried this person might be a little unwell. What do you think?"
And while you're doing this?
Yeah. While we're having this conversation, just like, I want to see if this is like a cryptid hunter thing where because we're looking for it, we can see it, or if it's just like it was just Mum being too nice to.
Oh, and you get back. Oh, is this the woman you were supposed to meet?
Yeah, this is Dolores. Does she look healthy to you? ? And I type, be as honest as possible, even if you think it might be a little mean. Her safety could be in. No. I erased that part. And I go, your opinion means a lot to us, but it doesn't help if you're being. Nope, and I delete that.
Like, I'll just send the text. I'm gonna reach over and just like click the send button.
Opinion means a lot to us.
Um,
I feel like it was, your opinion means a lot to us, but you and then the text got sent.
So you get a text back a minute or so later. You're still on the phone with Greg Luther. And it says, she looks tired.
That's really, really
That's
nice.
that's as good as we're gonna
Something-
get.
yes,
That's as good as we're gonna get.
yeah.
It took you 10 messages to get there.
Yeah. Mom would look at a corpse and say they look tired.
She did.
True.
So what are you going to do about it?
Oh, I don't know yet. There's something called the horned horror up here, and
It's
they
the
said
worst name.
it's not. Yeah, it doesn't roll off the tongue
Not
necessarily.
great.
But basically, they found. I'm gonna assume a body. She says pile of ashes and burnt clothes under vines.
Smells like ashes, and people have had a hard time sleeping. By the sounds of it, Dolores was saying for like
Weeks.
weeks
Weeks.
now. Do you know anything that could?
You hear
be
some
similar to
you hear
that?
some clicking and flipping of pages in the background.
I don't know if anyone's watched Supernatural here, but I realize Greg is just Bobby,
Yeah.
the old hunter that like seen shit.
He goes, nothing's coming up. I'm looking at our databases. I'm looking at some of our colleagues. I got
Right.
nothing that matches that description.
All right, then you.
Where the fuck are you?
What about something that like makes people dehydrated?
We're at the.
You guys are just in Waterford, right?
Yeah. We're,
Yep.
Yeah,
As far-
ironic name.
As far as we
Yeah.
know. Yeah, we're in Waterford. We're
All right.
at this. We're at this. What was it Sleepy Elm?
Yeah. Okay. Well,
We're in the diner right now.
yeah, don't fucking eat anything,
We
man.
also, yeah.
See, cool. I'm glad that.
Yeah, okay. The pie
Do you
looks
have
so
anything
good.
in your notes that's like a mountain-sized deer with a humanoid body with a skull and big antlers that go on for eternity?
You hear the clicking and the page flipping stop. And you hear a very, very long drag on the cigarette that he is
Amazing.
smoking. And you just hear a what'd you see?
I look at the other two.
You tell. You tell.
Oh, you
And I
tell him.
describe what we saw.
How old is Greg?
Greg's gotta be in his 50s.
Yeah.
Late 50s.
Late 50s, early 60s?
Yeah. Enough that like we can communicate.
Yes.
Like fine.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
He pulls out, you hear him, he goes, I'd know that description anywhere. And you hear him step away from the phone for a sec. You hear him walk over to somewhere across the room. He's got wearing big, heavy boots. And you hear him go, fuck, as he like something tumbles around in the background. There's like some moving of stuff. It sounds like he's like rifling through boxes.
Yeah.
He comes back and you just hear a flack of like a book down on the desk. And he repeats almost word for word what the description is. Now, I don't know what the fuck you guys are talking about, but I'm reading from a Dungeons and Dragons monster manual.
Yeah, cool. What's
What
the
page?
monster's name again?
They don't even have a stat block for this one. It's the Great Beast.
The Great Beast.
Cool.
Got it.
What the?
The Great Beast 5E.
Do you guys take some fucking mushrooms or something?
We got in a car accident, a little bit of a head injury.
God damn it.
Yeah, you know, I was.
Is
I
June
was-
okay? Luther, is June okay?
Yeah, June. Yeah, June's.
I was
fine.
standing. It's
The axle's a little fucked up. Look,
Shit.
we hit a deer.
The big deer.
We hit a big.
You hit a deer
Big
and now
deer.
you're seeing the Great Beast. Come
hit a
on, you're a
deer.
better hunter than this, Luther.
no, Luther. That's not on Luther. Don't let the. I hit my head. I was standing. I wasn't sitting down. We came
To
to
be
a
fair,
sudden
he does
stop.
have like a really bad concussion.
Yeah, I hit my head real hard. I'm sorry, Greg. I'm sidelining this.
The
Sorry,
kid-
I'm
waste your
sorry.
time.
Kid's got lessons to learn.
Sure does. If he's gonna be pulling cryptid hunter shit out of a Dungeons and Dragons manual, God. Now,
Yeah.
and you hear him just take another drag on a cigarette. Now,
It's
I don't know
horn one,
what. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck this thing is, but
though. It's
doesn't
something.
sound good.
No.
Just be
it's-
careful out there. Okay.
Oh, well, how's Delta?
Yeah, I mean, I got a appointment to go fucking on a boat through a bog tomorrow. I don't really want to. I don't like boats.
You better
But,
bring a change of clothes.
Shit, you're right. And you hear him just go, and you just hear him like start rifling through something else. He's like, I gotta go. I'll talk to you soon.
Bye, Greg.
Bye.
I hope I didn't make you look like a dingus in front of your friend.
No, it's fine.
But
He's
like
always-
legit,
He's always like that.
despite his brusque dismissal, we got to figure out more about this great beast. I'm gonna Google Great Beast 5e D&D, see what comes up.
There is no 5e result.
4E.
There is no 4e.
I just go back through the editions.
Oh my goodness.
So you get back to like the editions that your dad would have played.
Like advanced D&D, like
Yeah.
1.5.
Ooh, that's cool.
So you get back and you see drawn out in black and white with no stat block, just a picture. You see exactly what you saw.
Sick.
So this is connected to Dad then.
This is connected to Dad.
Awesome. Hey, can you ask Mom what pages are missing?
Yeah, sorry. I quickly text what numbers are missing. Does it look like?
She gives you like a run of
It'd be like,
numbers
I-
from the section that talks about no, she calls you.
No.
In my text, I do say I misplaced some stuff and just I'm trying to make sure I have all of the pages.
She calls you.
Hi. Hey, Mom.
Yeah, it's super weird, huh? I don't know why your
Yeah.
dad would cut out these pages.
Oh no, that was me. I'm
Oh,
sorry. That was
that was you?
shitty.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, no, if
Just-
you needed them.
Yeah, really. What page? What was the last page that I left in, and the last page that I left in? Like, what?
She
what are the
gives you a
pages bookended
random
by?
run of 4 numbers,
Yeah.
like 73 to 75 or something like that.
Cool.
She's
cool,
like,
cool.
I've been like, okay, I don't want to spoil anything for you boys, but I've been trying to kind of pick up where your dad left off
Oh,
with
cool.
the campaign. Yeah.
Oh, that's really exciting.
Yeah. I have a question about kind of, I was looking at his notes and kind of seeing where them can he talks a bit here about
About the Great Beast.
no, he doesn't talk about I don't read anything about the Great Beast.
Cool.
But
cool,
I mean,
cool. Sorry.
granted,
for interrupting.
no, it's okay. I've only been reading like I've been trying to jump back and forth between the campaign he ran with his friends and the
Mhm,
campaign he
mhm.
ran for you kids. Because you're adults now. I feel like I should, kind of pick up the bigger
Yeah.
stuff now, right?
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your dad was talking about like and you hear her kind of just like flipping through pages and she goes, oh yeah, he does talk about a great beast. Talks about this, like, let me read here. And you just hear her kind of mumbling in the background, the merging of the hells and
Hey, Mom.
Yeah.
This stuff. I'm so interested in this stuff. Do you mind just reading it all out loud, just like really clear?
Okay.
And I put it on speakerphone.
Sure,
Into the table.
sure. So your dad's talking a bit here about the merging of the hells. The hells, there are 9 of those, right?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yep.
And the Feywild. What's that?
That's where like fairies and stuff live.
Oh, fairies. That's nice.
Some of them are
that's-
really evil though. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, it's like the Seelie and the Unseelie.
Yeah, okay. And it talks here about something. I think your dad was doing something what he's called home brewing. Is that what that's called?
Yeah, it's when you make your own stuff and you come up with.
Dad was so creative. I missed that.
He was. What was the thing that he was homebrewing?
Talks about the thing that he was creating, that it was like a merging of the hells and the Feywilds, its own realm that was overseen by a great beast that would mark the end of days.
Cool.
Here,
Is there anything in there about like a creature
here,
that dehydrates people?
It says here that it could not be stopped, but it could be kept back in its own realm as long as all the creatures from that realm never crossed the plains. Interesting.
Cool.
So that means
so cool. Mm-hmm. Real quick, any mention about like dehydration or ash,
lack of sleep,
anything like that?
Sleep
we don't want spoilers, but we're trying to come up with some cool monster ideas for the show.
I've been trying to catalog your dad's notes, so I don't have like a full, like I'd have to take some time to look through them. So if there's anything else, like give me a little bit. How about I take a look through and then I can let you know. Do you need to know like right now?
No, it's late. You can let us know.
You go to bed. How many pages is the entry about the great beasts?
It's just like one or two pages.
Could you take a photo of that and send it through? We can.
Oh yeah. Okay.
That'd be amazing. Sure. Thanks. Yeah. Maybe.
Are you planning something for when we come back and play?
Maybe. Yeah. You caught me. Can you also just do like a page or two on either side as well? That would be amazing. I love you, Mom.
I love you too, Austin.
You're my rock.
Love you, Mom.
Love you. I love you, boys. Okay, let me go take these pictures. I'll figure out how to do that.
You're amazing. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Remember, and I'm gonna really clearly describe to keep your fingers off the lens, like all the different things of like all the mistakes she makes when she takes photos.
Perfect. So you end the call with your mom, and a couple minutes later you get a picture of the monster manual. And you get the picture of the like homebrewed notes that your dad was doing in his handwriting. They don't seem to be altered. No other handwriting has been taken place with them. And yeah, that's about. And she gets some pictures either side, but there's like the stuff before the Great Beast is like it's just an alphabetical book, so it's nothing that seems coherent with the Great Beast.
Are we at the diner still, or are we up in our rooms?
Yeah, you're at the diner. I mean, you haven't told me you've left your rooms. You could have been.
Should we head up into our rooms before we continue this?
I think we go to bed for at least a couple hours. We wake up dawn, and we head to that water tower.
I agree.
Well, we talk to the mechanic first, and then we head to the water tower.
I am nervous about the fact that they haven't been able to sleep well and they all look fucking wrecked. I might go sleep in the van.
Austin, do you want to sleep in my room?
No, I might go sleep in the van because, like, what if they like sleepwalk, fuck with our shit, and like change our food for their food? What if it's like one of us, kind of like part of the ship, part of the crew?
Well, if that is
three of us go sleep in the van.
If that's the case, then we should probably all try to sleep in the van.
Why not? I want you guys to get a good night's rest. I can literally sleep anywhere. Yeah. I sleep at airports, so
that's the weirdest thing you've ever said.
Here's the thing. Like in the waiting, like in the terminal, you'll miss. How many flights have you missed like that?
16.
Jesus Christ,
that's so many.
Let's all go sleep in the van.
You just complain and they put you on the next flight.
That's ridiculous.
I hate that works for you.
Yeah.
I think we all sleep in the van. Part of the whole thing is people go missing, and your idea is to go alone.
Yeah, you're right.
And if they ask us, if they say anything in the morning, we can just say like, "Oh, we were using the van for research purposes because we have our gear in here, and we just fell asleep because we're busy." So yeah, let's go sleep in the van together.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Yeah.
Who's gonna be my cuddle buddy? And I'm gonna hum that.
So you all
if
go.
If you touch me while I sleep, I will freak out.
Got it. He for sure gets night terrors.
He has night screams.
So you all go sleep in the van. Your sleep, you have a full long rest, unbothered, uninterrupted, and you wake Well, yeah, so it would have been about 11 o'clock by the time you go to bed. Do you what time do you get up?
I would be up at
Early.
5:45, 6
Okay.
o'clock.
Yeah.
Austin isn't happy about it, but understands.
Like 6 o'clock.
The garage is not open yet.
Okay.
So if you were waiting to talk to Bud Johnston, he is not there.
I'm gonna shake a pack of instant coffee, throw it in a thermos, and just start shaking it.
You do so.
Coffee.
Yeah, it's not hot, but it works. You need some?
You have any MREs in here?
Well, we got the sandwiches Mom made.
Yeah, we should. I'm gonna eat one of those real quick.
Those are gonna
They're
go
delicious.
bad first.
Your mom makes a great fucking sandwich.
I'm gonna open the photos that Mum sent on the tablet and just be going through trying to find any mention of ash, dehydration, or bad sleep, or any mention of creatures that exist with the great beast.
You don't find too much. It's kind of like you're looking too broadly.
Yeah.
At this point, you don't really have any more information that way. But potentially with more information, you might be able to hone through the notes. She sent you more pictures. Your mom to be a very early riser. So at 5, she sent you obviously up with her breakfast and her morning coffee. She has sent you a bunch more stuff, just with some hearts and says, "Love you. Hope these are helpful for your planning."
Everyone.
I have to run a one shot now, don't I?
Yeah, you do.
You do.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, for Mom.
That is fair.
Make sure
I'm not finding anything.
Just make sure you got on a fresh pair of socks. Because
what?
We're gonna go to the water tower.
I don't understand the socks thing.
Clean socks are important for
If your
foot health.
feet are cold or wet from last night, you're gonna have a horrible time in the woods.
Oh yeah, no blisters and stuff, dude. I go hiking because it's fucking great content.
Listen, no offense. Spent a lot of time on the phone. I do not know necessarily what you do and do not know.
I mean, that's fair. Yeah, let's go to the water tower.
Linus is quietly changing out his socks, hoping that no one notices.
I like the idea that Austin is outdoorsy, not for the he's not an outdoorsy person. He just does a lot of outdoorsy stuff because it
does well.
It's good for the metrics. Yeah, it's the metrics are good.
So you head up, and it's about a 2-hour walk to the reservoir. There is a path that goes up. You're not having to trek too far, trudge through the muck or anything like that. Or drag too much through the woods or anything. So you come to the edge of the water reservoir, and you see that there's a path that leads around this giant lake thing. It'll probably take you another half an hour to get around. But you kind of come up to one edge, and as the path starts, and the smell hits you first. It smells like decay. And it smells almost sweet. Linus, you would know this smell. It smells like death.
Death, yeah.
Yeah. And as you look out, the water looks murky, not clear as a water reservoir should be. There and about, I'd say maybe 30 feet offshore, you see these almost large pads. They look to probably be about the size of, I don't know, 2 feet in diameter, maybe. They look like pads of thick black algae that are floating in clusters on the surface. You see a cluster of about 6 on this side, cluster of about 8 on that side, and you see that some of the black ichor-like substance is on the edge closest to you of the water.
Is this where they get their drinking water?
I'd hope not, but your
You're
mic's off.
muted. Mic's off.
Oh.
You need a new cable.
Hear you now.
Yeah. when you like go to mess with it, sometimes it does go on. So I think it is your cable that's wrong.
Yeah.
No, it's the cable. It's also the Ethernet cable that fucks up as well. So it's just like
Yar.
all of the cables going into my computer just slowly are
your
like,
bad
we don't want
cables.
to work.
All
It's
right,
weird that
understand
usually
that.
I lose sound as well, and it isn't losing sound. I'm still being able to hear you, but my mic's going off.
Are
Yeah,
any
this
of
is
these
for
on
sure.
the beach?
There is some of the black stuff, on the edge. It's not necessarily a beach. It looks like one of those ponds, that kind of, or lakes that kind of comes up to the edge and then just
Okay.
drops in.
Yeah, I for sure have the sword with me as well.
Yeah. What did you take with you?
I took my hunting rifle
Okay.
and a knife on my
And
side.
a knife. Okay.
I would have brought a knife like Luther, like strapped to my leg so that it's very visible because I want to be just like him when I grow up. And I would have begrudgingly brought the dingus shield.
Yeah, absolutely.
Towel with a towel
Yeah,
draped over
There's a
it.
towel draped over it, but it's underneath my backpack. That's also pretty hefty because we're hiking.
Perfect.
Linus is so outdoorsy, you guys. He knows exactly how to hike.
I love that.
Awesome.
I
take.
oh sorry, yeah.
I'm gonna unsling the rifle. Do not shoot me in the ass.
Oh my god, you're giving him the gun.
Do you want the sword?
I want the sword. I want the.
No, I'm saying Luther. No, because I got the sword for Luther. Luther, you want the sword? It was
No, Linus. It's because I want him to stay the farthest back.
Okay, that's fair.
well. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. And I pull out a piece of I think it'd be topaz. I think like when he thinks of Fen, he thinks like really like golden-esque colors.
Yeah.
Piece of topaz has been carved, and it's got like the like symbol for the Brothers Grimm YouTube channel, which is like BG but like really stylized, carved into it. And the whole walk up, he's focusing on this, trying to turn it into an arcane focus because he's still convinced that he can, if he tries hard enough, he'll be able to pull magic out of his ass.
Okay. Are you trying to do that right now?
Once they hit the edge of the woods, once they're like away from the town.
Yeah. So
think-
you're basically at the edge of the water reservoir right now. You're well out of town at the moment.
Or just the walk up, like that would be
yeah.
what he was doing on the walk up. And I think
Okay.
he'd be trying to cast. Yeah, I think it would just be light. He'd just be like over and over again, just trying to make it glow.
Okay. Roll me an Arcana check, please.
21.
While there is no light this time, it's hot. The topaz is hot, not just from holding it in your hand.
I don't know if this worked. Maybe I should have the gun. I was hoping I'd be able to like do magic, but
Luther, are you trying to get into that water right now?
I was gonna go up to it, and I was gonna see if I can get some of this stuff on.
What's your passive perception, Luther?
That's a good question.
Minus Y.
17.
Okay. Good to know.
mine is 9.
Hate that. Hate that.
Do you approach the edge of the...
I do. Give me the sword. It's longer than my knife.
I hand the sword. I'm like, we could also just get like a big branch or something. It's a very expensive sword.
Yeah, I'm gonna use the sword.
So where you are, as you start to approach the water's edge, where you are, there are kind of some rocks and boulders that are like both like holding the ground kind of at bay before it dips down into what looks like it doesn't look far, but the kind of the muck and all the brack and all that kind of stuff has made it look, it seems deep.
Okay.
And how close do you get?
Close enough so I can get some of the stuff that is washed up on the sword. I want to touch
Okay.
it.
So you're going to reach your sword down.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
As you do so, your passive perception, you see probably about, hiding in some reeds, about 5 feet offshore, you see eyes. a brow, pointed ears, and hair that seems to be floating on the top of the water. The eyes are pitch black.
Okay.
There are no like irises or anything. It is just all black. And they are watching you.
I'm not going to look at it.
It stays its distance.
Okay. I'm going to calmly continue what I was doing. Try to get a little bit of the stuff on the sword. And then slowly back away from the water's edge again.
As you back away, it moves a little bit closer to the shore.
Austin, is the safety off?
I check, and I know where to check because Luther's taught me how. I turn this. I trigger the safety off.
Okay, Linus.
Yep.
There's something in the water out there watching us.
Oh.
Probably don't look at it.
Okay. I'm gonna look at it.
It locks eyes with you.
Oh fuck.
Roll an insight check.
Okay. 27.
It looks scared, desperate. Its eyes are pleading. They're wide.
Oh, okay. It looks. I'm gonna be like, it's okay, guys. I think it's just afraid, and I'm gonna like squat down. No, I'm not gonna get within arm's reach of the water's edge, though. I'm not that stupid. I'm gonna squat down, and I'm gonna be like, hey, friend. Wait.
Are you close enough to see your reflection?
I don't think so. I mean, I don't like. Because I want to be like, if something were to jump out of the water at me, I want to be that far away. I don't think I'd be able to see myself from that angle.
So as you approach it calmly and peacefully, you watch as two hands push over the top of the rocks. It keeps its nose, what you assume might be a nose, underwater.
Okay.
And it's then that you see it. It has veins coming up the side of its face that are black, the same black as the pads on the pond. And you see the water moving softly, potentially like if there is gills and this thing is breathing. And you see that puffs of black come in and out.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna hand the gun to Luther and be like,
It looks like it is in pain.
Every instinct I have is to shoot this thing. And I think the lesser instinct to like get the guns out of my hands, which is a weird road for me to choose. I think I shouldn't have this gun in my hand right now, or I will make a choice.
Okay. I'll take it back.
So I have a question, DM.
Yeah.
So Broderick.
Yes.
Can speak Abyssal and Infernal. So
okay.
Linus would probably try to say hello, like nerdily too, because you know that he researched the languages. I would try to say hello in one of those two languages to see if it can speak. In both of them.
Okay. At the sound of a different language, you watch as its eyes kind of, and it moves a bit closer to you. It does not seem to quite understand. I'll say with your high insight that carries over. It doesn't seem to understand, but it recognizes that that is a language different.
Okay.
Linus, are you trying to like, if we're going off what Mom said, this is the Feywild meets the Hells. That's infernal for the Hells, and I didn't have to then pick up the Infernal because it was an evil language in my mind when I was a kid, but I did pick up Sylvan. Can I try and say something in Sylvan?
Yeah, what do you say?
We're here to help. Wait, as per the rules, because I'm speaking a new language, it has to be a different accent. It has to be a different accent.
Yes.
That's in the rulebook?
No, but that's what we do with.
It's the best rule at any table.
I love that.
I gotta wait.
That's like when Neppy speaks Infernal. I don't speak with her accent. I speak my voice.
That's okay.
The biggest
I
thing
like
in Cardiff. I think it's Welsh. So we're here to help.
At the word help, the creature pulls itself up a bit higher, and you just hear this noise
Yuck.
as you watch as the gills on the side of its neck close in, and it as it tries to almost switch over from breathing water to air. Help? How can you help?
Does it say this in Sylvan?
Yes.
Oh,
I
don't speak that.
I translate. I'm gonna try something, but I don't want to get too close. I'm gonna try something real ballsy. I am going to attempt, because we've been speaking Sylvan. My arcane thing is warm.
Yeah.
I am going to attempt to spend a sorcery point.
Whoa.
And cast a spell. So we're doing a lot.
Okay.
I want to cast a distant Cure Wounds. So it essentially turns Cure Wounds from a touch spell to a 30-foot range spell.
Yes.
I would like to try to cast Cure Wounds at a first level. I think I'm gonna aim low.
Okay.
But Cure Wounds first level, distant. I'm marking I'm marking both the spell slot and the sorcery point expended, regardless of the result.
Okay. As you go to do this, you hear a voice in your head. You hear your dad. And you hear, help her, Austin. Please.
I'll try.
And you can go ahead and cast Cure Wounds.
Like, oh, chills. 12 points of healing.
With that, you see nothing leave your body at this point, but you watch as the black kind of ichor in the veins across this creature's face that now roiled down its neck as well kind of seep back for a bit, and it's like it hasn't breathed a proper breath in a long time. And thank you.
In Sylvan, I say.
It's speaking in Sylvan, yeah.
Oh, yeah, gotta fucking find Welsh again. I'm from the valleys. I'm the biggest thing in Cardiff. Where are you from?
Not here.
Right.
I'm the last one.
Linus.
Huh?
I know you had a hard time casting that light, but do you have like lesser restoration or greater restoration? Or
I've got both.
I think one of them is expensive and I don't have any diamonds on me. But
I mean, I don't have a diamond. It's just diamond dust worth at least 100 gold pieces. But I have, and I'm gonna start like patting down all of my pockets that are definitely not my spell components pockets.
Lesser restoration, I don't think has too much of a cost to it.
Lesser restoration is lower. Let me see. Scrolling.
Scrolling.
Scrolling. Blaze
I've
Hogs.
realized both of my campaigns are low magic systems, and I love that for me.
Yeah,
I love
it's
that for
good
me.
for you. So yeah, it's just vision and sight, but it's touch. So I'm gonna kind of like shake my hands and I'm like,
Don't
okay,
touch
can
the
you
water.
can you tell her I have to
Right.
touch her?
You'll need to come closer. Well, I don't know what that was. That was
You'll
like a
need to
weird,
come
like almost.
closer.
Well,
That was a weird, like pirate accent.
you see as how Austin, you say that you need to come closer. Her eyes flit back to Linus, and
I promise you can trust us.
she puts an eye on the gun.
Luther, put the gun down.
Not hostile.
I don't think so. Dad wants us to help her.
Okay. I'll lower it.
So, with the gun lowered, the creature kind of skitters herself up onto a rock, and you see this like yellowy green skin with a humanoid-esque face, very, very sharp features, exceedingly sharp, very pointy ears that are like gilled. The gills have now closed in on her neck. No defining bodily features, not wearing any clothing. She has webbed fingers, long claws, and she kind of sits in a ball. And you see that the black goes all the way across her body. It looks, and with every breath that she is taking, you see the ichor pulse and retreat across her skin.
So Linus is gonna brave boy up, and
I'm gonna
like,
reach out and grab Linus's hand, give it a squeeze, and cast guidance.
thank you.
Ooh, what do you? What
I'm
do
just
you
like,
do
I'm just
to
like,
guide?
I'm here. Like, I think Austin is like, I've kind of tapped into something.
The sauce.
So if you can like, if you can pull it from me, and if my presence can help in any way, I'm here to help, kind of thing.
Austin supporting Linus in any way is enough for Linus to feel like super inspired.
That's a D4. That's a
He
D4.
squeezes back and he's just like, okay. And so he does. He'll sort of do like a low, like hands up, slow approach, like when you're trying to grab a cat that you have to do like nail clippings to. And then like when I get close enough to touch her, I'm gonna take my hands, and instead of going like this, I'm gonna sort of flip them over and then like reach out to her so that it's I don't know, I've just gendered this creature, but I'm gonna be like
the pronouns given were she before.
She, okay, awesome. And then I'm gonna just sort of like look at my hands and then look at her and make it her option to touch me instead of me touching her.
She hovers her webbed hands for a moment, and and then she takes your hands.
And as she takes my hands, I will close my eyes, and I will sort of like try to channel all of the healing that I do on a daily basis at my job, but think about my dad while I'm doing it, and I will like try and cast lesser restoration.
While you do so, it's quiet at first, but in your head, you hear just make sure you take care of yourself too. Something your dad would always say to you, as you were too busy taking care of everybody else. And you do cast lesser restoration.
Yeah.
So this is the first time that you see it. You watch as this kind of golden essence leaves Linus's hand. And Linus, you are as shocked as everyone watching this. That kind of seems to roll from the inside of your palm, link out over your fingers, and spread up the arms of this creature. You watch as the black descends and all of a sudden seems to well in this creature's throat. It lets go of your hands as if to say, I need to move. And it goes back sitting on the edge of the rock as fast as it can. And you just hear as this creature's gills open and expel a large amount of this black substance that plops on the water. No, this creature moved back far
enough. Classic experience. You help someone and they puke on you.
It moves back far enough so it doesn't get on you, but the black stuff doesn't sink. It stops on the top of the water. It like floats.
Like oil.
Yeah. It's like an oily substance. And it Thank you. How can you help? I am the last one.
Where?
My brothers and sisters gone. I am the last one.
Where are you from? How did you get here?
It puts its hands up.
The great beast.
I am here peacefully.
How long have you been here?
It seems to not understand the concept of time.
How many moons in the sky have you seen since you've been here?
Many moons.
Full ones.
The trees have changed.
Oh, so you like
4 times 5. 4.
The trees have changed? Oh, right. Yeah, that's stupid. As in changed and then changed back 4 or 5 times, or changed? Are we
leaves?
How many times
green.
have the leaves gone red?
1, 2, maybe. 1, 2.
Okay, she's been here for like 2 years.
1.
Okay.
1.
That's like a long time.
You ask her if she knows what happened to the water.
Right. Let me find it again. And I've got a new sentence. It's, I don't want to be a pie. I don't like gravy. What happened to the water?
The mire. And it just starts like repeating this name over and over again. The mire. And she points to the watershed.
Yeah, that makes sense. She's saying something about the mire.
Mire, what's that?
Mire, like a word for a swamp, a quagmire.
And it's okay.
Yeah, it looks like she's pointing at the watershed over there.
Awesome.
Okay.
Yeah.
You should tell her to get safe or leave.
Linus, do you have
my job? Stay here.
Oh, she's saying her job is to stay here. And I give her a thumbs up.
Do you protect the water?
Don't breathe in the water.
Yeah.
It's bad.
Don't get that stuff back in.
We'll fix it.
Linus, did you have the purified food and water? I know I'm asking a lot of spell casting and it's the early days and it's weird shit, but no, fuck, I didn't either. Luther,
I will look. What level is that?
Should be a first level spell.
It's a first level.
Then I do not. Can I smite the water?
I mean, you could.
I get the sense, the magical tingly sense that if we take care of whatever is in the watershed. I know. I want her to get back in the water too. She looks like an aquatic creature. Do we know what she is? Does she look familiar to me? Is sort of what sort of creature she might be?
Naiad or something? I don't know.
I didn't think naiads had.
Yeah, she's spooky.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take a bottle of what's the super fancy water again? Not maybe Fiji. I think
Evian.
Austin. Avion.
Fiji.
Yeah, Evian. He definitely drinks Evian. I'm gonna take the lid off and I'm gonna shake it up. It's water. But it's a like fresh bottle. I shake it up and I put it in my hands and I spray it on let me look real quick. I'm gonna try to do this.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. I'm gonna try to do it at second level.
Okay.
I'm gonna spray it on myself, Linus, Luther, and the creature in the pond, and I'm gonna cast Bless to try and like if we leave, I just want her to be maybe a little more resilient to whatever is happening here.
Yeah. As the water hits all of you, you feel that it is warm. And it tingles a little bit, not in a bad way. She reacts to it and puts her hand up and like she's licking the water off of you or herself.
We're
It's
gonna go
cute.
deal with the monster, the Mire.
The
The Mire will be dead.
Watch the brack. Watch the brack.
Okay.
What's the brack?
Yeah. Brack is like brackish. I'm thinking maybe don't add salt water.
And
I don't think we
she,
should touch water in
Brackish
this whole
water is
thing.
not good.
when she says the brack, she puts hands up again.
Oh,
Brack, the great beast.
Its name
No,
is
no.
so I'm gonna put my hands up like this, and then I'm gonna put my hands down like this.
The brack. The brack.
Okay,
The
okay.
goat, dude.
Horned, horny horror, something, that thing. Got it. Watch the brack.
Left the mire here.
Okay.
Oh, I point to the black like sludge on the water. Mire?
Big. And she points to the watershed.
All right, yeah.
I think it's gonna be an ooze or something.
I think
Okay.
listen, we got a gun, we got a sword, and we got a shield. I think I can do magic, but I genuinely think it's very inconsistent and it might fail us at a really like important time.
For sure. Yeah, same.
I think Luther, you should have the gun.
Okay.
I mean, what?
I was gonna use the sword.
Should we just like forego the gun and go like full old school sword and board fantasy here?
I mean, like, what's a gun gonna do against an ooze? Aren't they like immune to piercing damage or something?
Oh, we think this is an ooze.
That's what Luther said.
It's a bunch of stuff
Goo.
on the ground.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Seems gooey.
And
Yeah.
it looks at you again and it goes, the mire. And it points to the watershed and then turns and orients its body in the direction north. And it goes, the brack. That way. It doesn't say went that way, but points that way.
Let's deal with the
Two things.
Mire first. Because the
Okay.
brack left it here. Let's deal with the Mire first.
Awesome. This is gonna be great.
And as it
Pond, sorry, remind me what your character's name was, the like D&D character?
Broderick Woodshaper.
Broderick, yeah. What did Broderick use as a weapon again?
Broderick used a mace.
Sick. I'm gonna look for like a good sturdy
Good
branch
stick.
that could like, yeah.
Yeah, you find one. There's a lot of branchery on the ground.
Sick.
Awesome.
I found you a stick.
Love that for me. And I'm just gonna like hold the stick and my my dingus shield.
As you're preparing, the creature is assuming to depart and walk over to the watershed. Its eyes turn to you as it's seen you cast magic and also Linus, but different magic. It goes, wait,
Yeah.
and it slips back into the water.
Oh, I don't like that she's going in that water.
And she comes up hand first with something in her hand.
Oh, this is some Lady of the Lake
This
shit.
Lady of the Lake. Yeah.
And she climbs out, scampers back onto the rock, and she holds out something small, and it looks like square. And I can only describe it as it looks like this. And she holds it out to you.
I put my hand out, it's shaking, and I've got tears in my eyes.
Would Austin know what a zune is?
No, but Luther would.
Absolutely not. Oh my god.
So you see, Austin, what looks like a poor excuse of an old model.
God, it's an iPod Shuffle. Cool.
iPod. It's black, very sleek. It's fully square. Has one kind of square but rounded corners button in the center on it. And she goes, and there's a camera. It looks like there's a camera in the back, a very rudimentary one. It has the screen is cracked in the center that branches out. It looks like there's an impact point in the center. But she reaches out and she goes, for you.
Thanks, an iPod Zune. Seeing the word Zune written on the bottom, I assume it's iPod Zune. And I put my hand out.
Careful.
Yeah, careful.
Careful.
And I point to my hand. I go, I give her a high five.
Oh.
Huh? You to me. It's fun, huh?
Careful.
Yeah, careful, very careful.
Why did she give you a Zune?
I don't recognize. Is this like an old iPod?
It's an MP.
It's a Zune.
It's a Zune.
A Zune?
Yeah, it's an MP3.
Like
player.
like Zoom? The way is this? Oh, is this like the new Zoom thing where you like? Is this like a thing that you can like?
No.
No. It is a Zune. It plays music.
Dumb name. That's a shit. That's a shit
I
name.
mean, I had one.
Okay, so it plays
iPods
music
for a
sick.
while.
So I'm gonna look for a song to play.
Do you try and turn it on?
I do, yeah.
Roll me an intelligence saving throw, please.
Oh no, I'm super bad at those.
+5.
Immediately breaks into
Yes,
song.
+5 with my -3.
Oh, geez.
Okay, so this number +5 is a 7. -3, that's a 4.
You watch as you try and turn it on, she goes, oh no, and you're like, and you watch as this purple energy comes out through the cracks, leaping out at your face like the energy does. You are going to take
Mhm.
that is going to be 9 psychic damage as you feel your
Sick.
brain hurt. You watch a little bit of light come onto the screen, knowing that it could power on, and then it shuts off.
I puke and get a nosebleed. The fuck? What did she give me this for?
Yep, that's
She
a
goes-
Zune.
She goes, she goes, wet, dry,
Put it in the rice.
Yeah. I take out
dry.
I take out a Ziploc bag and I'm like, it's filled with pie. I take out another Ziploc bag, my backup Ziploc bag, and I put it in my bag of rice and I shake it around. Linus says this doesn't work, but we'll see.
Doesn't work.
And I leave it in the bag for a little bit.
So she kind of sits and waits.
And I take it out.
Dry. Wet still. Wet.
Put it back in the rice.
I think
Let's
we just
go.
gotta
Come
wait.
on.
Yeah, I'm gonna
You
walk
gotta
over
wait
there.
like 24 hours.
I'm gonna walk over to the shed.
So on the walkover, I will very basically review what you know up to this point about the small creature in the water was Fae
Mhm.
in nature.
Mhm.
And oh, hi, minus
Hi,
one
minus one
charisma.
charisma.
Thank you for the
Minus one.
raid.
That's kind of like my wisdom in this game, and my my
so
intelligence.
the small creature told you that something called the Mire
Mhm.
is over at the watershed.
Mm-hmm.
Talked to you about something called the Brack,
The brack,
which
yeah.
has gone north.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then she gave me a fucking zune.
And you discerned from the small creature that the Brack and the horned horror are likely the same thing.
One and the same. Cool.
Yes.
Do we have to deal with the mire? Do we think that if we deal with the brack, we deal with the mire?
I don't know what either of these things are. Like, I think we go to the watershed and we look in it.
Okay.
I feel like we're going to have to deal with both of them.
Yeah.
You're not wrong.
I just don't know which order we should attempt them in.
Well, I think we should help her right now, maybe.
No, I agree with that, so she doesn't get stuck out of the water for too long. Can I, like, while we're walking towards the shed, can I pull my phone out and like Google like Dungeons and Dragons water fae, just so I can
Yeah.
like
absolutely.
look up what she is?
Smart.
Absolutely. You
Advanced
scroll
D&D.
through. So you scroll
AD&D.
through a very old version of a Feywild compendium, and you see a small creature that's given kind of just a half page that is called a gasper.
Yuck.
Adorable.
Yeah, they're small.
Are they like mean?
They are neutral. They are a challenge rating 1.
Oh,
And their job are water protectors.
oh, sweet babies. Okay, I'm gonna like put my phone away. I'm gonna be like, glad we saved her. Let's go fuck this thing up. They're babies, and I'm just gonna like proudly march.
So I have to ask, simply for the context of narrative. So you have the names of these two creatures. Is there anything you would like to do with those two things, or to access your? I only ask for the sake of narrative. This is a mini series.
You're right.
Okay.
Listen, I'm stupid as well, so I need to remember my reminders. I go to turn on the Zune. I'm like, that's on my phone, and get my phone
in the bag.
Hello.
Hi, Mom. I'm calling you.
You never call.
Hi. I know.
I mean, I guess this is 2 times in 2 days, so that's pretty lucky for me.
Just really on that, that grind set, working the one shot stuff. Really, just.
Oh, you're planning a one shot.
Oh, cat's out of the bag. I'm sorry.
That's supposed to be a surprise. Kind of you.
Yeah. I was looking through notes. And I like super just like, I was like, oh, that's a cool name, but I couldn't find any more information about these 2 monsters.
Yeah.
The Brack and the Mire. Do you mind looking, if you're not busy, do you mind looking through Dad's notes?
No.
Just like taking a quick photo of those pages and send them through?
I was just about to look, I was just about to go out to do some gardening. Just give me 1 sec. I'll go grab the book from downstairs. So
yeah, thanks.
So she comes back up and she goes, well, they're not in the manual.
Might be homebrew stuff.
Oh, homebrew, right?
Sorry,
yeah. I don't see like a big thing on it, like a page or anything like that. I do see some scribbles here. Your dad's talking about this, like, it says the Brack, you said?
Yeah.
It says something about like a horned, thorned creature, and it talks about corrupted fae. What does that mean?
Like what is
soul of a devil.
Right, so it's like a fairy that's bad.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh no, that doesn't sound good. Maybe that's what your dad was talking about with that homebrew he was making, that like cross between the two worlds. Was that
Yeah.
what he was doing?
Yeah, maybe.
Oh.
Nothing about the Mire.
Oh, let me look here.
Yeah.
You hear flipping through pages. Oh, yeah, okay. He's got a little note here that says bestial hunter. Irregular cycles. What does that mean? A creature in the muck. Oh, he's drawn a little picture of it. Let me send it to you. And she sends over a picture, and it is like, it's like half of the body there's a frog like mouth to it. With that seems to be like immersed in a bunch of like tentacles. And there's so many teeth. And it's got like this little tail behind it. Kind of 6 large tentacles from the center body. She's like, is that what you were looking for?
Yeah, probably. Thanks. And you said something about irregular cycles?
Yeah. It just says here that bestial hunter on irregular cycles. I don't know what that means.
Can I make because I feel like Austin is a pretty like powerful D&D nerd.
Yeah.
Could I make like a D&D roll?
Yeah, absolutely. What kind of check do you want to make for a D&D roll?
I don't know, to be honest.
Guidance.
Hell yeah.
I'll say let's just roll a D20. Just roll a D20.
Cool. Can I add the D4 from guidance?
Of course you can. The guidance works now.
I'm like Linus,
the guidance
I'm
works
struggling
now.
Here.
Yeah, both of you have accessed your magic from your
Just
dad.
like forehead slap him and be like, remember.
15. You knowing how your dad liked to take regular monsters from the from D&D and make them his own. He would kind of kit bash something together. And so this, you could kind of put together that this creature is likely living in muck of some description, and it is more bestial, not sentient or hunting, and the irregular cycles may have to do with when it hunts.
Do I get the sense that does irregular cycles and what Dolores was saying about people having a hard time sleeping on and off, does that kind of line up for me as like, so when this thing hunts, I think people have a hard time sleeping, or like the other way around? I don't know.
That's weird.
I think we deal with this problem first. I don't want to because it looks fucking gross, but
That's entirely too many teeth. Yeah.
that's a lot of teeth.
Yeah,
That's
that's a lot of teeth.
Yeah. Oh, look
So
at the
many
time.
teeth.
It's 2:30. Let's go. We kill this first, and then we kill Goat Boy next, and we solve
Sure.
all the problems, I think.
Yeah.
Hey, is this
Hopefully.
just our lives now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like I was super down to hunt cryptids, and I like low key wanted to find like a Bigfoot or something. This isn't cryptid hunting. This is a nightmare. And I can do magic.
I mean,
Why?
like, are you complaining about the ability to do magic? We just helped that cute little pond protector.
But
we can still hunt Bigfoot. I've been after him for years.
But also like
have you never watched Supernatural? I mean, come on.
Yes, TV though.
Risks and rewards, baby. Let's go. Let's do this.
Yeah, let's do this. Let's do this.
Getting
I'm gonna go for a chest bump from either of them.
Yeah.
And then but they both said yes to it. I rolled a 16 for my dexterity because I do try to get both of them. And 16? What do you think?
As you do that,
oh fuck.
Luther, you are the only one who has not accessed your magic yet. As you chest bump both of your brothers, you hear inside your head, I'll always be proud of you, Luther. And where is the sword still in your hand?
Yeah, I'd be holding it.
It feels a lot heavier than it used to be. A lot heavier.
Thanks, Dad.
This might be pushing the friendship a little bit, Em. I don't know, but I am
pushing the friendship. Okay.
Well, I just like I'm trying to activate things that Taven would activate before a fight.
I was going to say, so as you walk over, is there anything that you would like to do as you prepare to investigate the watershed?
Yeah, I would like to try to manifest my wings. I would try to like focus real hard on like Taven's like wing cloak that just is his wings.
Okay.
Because I have, as a bonus action, you manifest wings that you with fly speed until you're incapacitated or you dismiss them.
So as you do this, as you're thinking about doing this, you realize that the last time you did this,
crack a Red Bull.
You had your character sheets with you. So stepping into magic stepping into your characters that strongly was easier. And you were the only one who was fully awake when the great beast spoke to you. And as you're really trying to manifest your wings, you remember what it said. It said, you walk in two worlds. Take your gifts with you to find the treacherous kin Jabberwock released. So how, in this moment, do you think you would try to reach for those gifts?
As you said, you were like, we had our character sheets. I think Austin has this like brain spark moment of being like, the character sheets helps us tap into it. And so I am going to very quickly log on to D&D Beyond, a little plug for D&D Beyond. I'm going to, from memory, because you know that Austin knows, I'm going to make Taven. I'm going to send a link to Linus and Luther to to join the campaign. And I'm gonna take the phone with the character sheet on it. I'm just gonna like place the topaz that I had carved on it and just like really focus in on it and just try to manifest a pair of like massive atomically like correct large eagle wings.
Okay.
Just like Taven.
So you got it in your hands.
And I'm like,
and as you're doing this, your brand starts to burn.
Oh my! I look at my brothers. I think this has a cost, but it could come in handy, and I'm willing to pay it. It's me, but I don't want it to cost you guys anything. But this is hurting my brand, I think.
Your brand, like your YouTube brand, or
no, like my brand. This is great, and I go through and I'm like I have like a terabyte of video data that's been sent to the cloud. Like, I'm like, this is great for the brand, but this brand, it is hurting.
When you said hurting your brand, I did think.
I immediately thought, I was like,
Brain was immediately at you.
Public friend. We're a family. If it takes from you, it takes from all of us. I'll walk over and I'll do the same thing. I'll try to see if I can lay on hands the brand as it hurts.
Yeah, anything you'd like to do, Linus?
I'm just gonna like pat my brother on the shoulder and prepare a cure wounds in case he starts to die.
I'm gonna push through the pain then.
So as you do this, Luther moves your arm over top of the topaz, over top of the D&D Beyond campaign that you have. And this is the biggest plug for D&D Beyond I can ever give.
D&D Beyond, where you can have a character sheet anywhere.
Please sponsor us.
Please sponsor us.
I'm willing to sell out for D&D Beyond.
Same.
As the second Linus's hand touches and the three of you are connected, you just hear in your head, with great power. And you are blown backwards.
Oh.
And and you fall to the ground. And you've got your wings on your back.
Ooh, falling on my wings hurts so much. Ow. Listen up. Oh. And I like.
And you are all kitted. You are kitted out completely in all of your gear.
Holy shit.
Oh shit, it's my turn.
I like the idea that Linus made the exact sound that Pond made, being like drastically flung back. Just oh.
That's exactly what happened.
Wait, your phone can do.
Yeah.
Make me Orin.
You all are kitted out.
Oh, never mind.
Oh, okay.
The three of you on the ground are all kitted out.
Oh, okay. Oh, push myself up off the ground.
Let's go kick some ass.
Yeah, I'm gonna cast Shield of Faith on Luther.
So as you walk over to the watershed, it's very early that you see a myriad of vines that seem to have overrun the building and the filtration system that takes the water towards the town from the reservoir. Some of the vines are thicker than others. There's a black substance that seems to be emanating from the shed itself and seems to have seeped up the walls, leaving them slick with black ichor. And as you start to approach, the vines, 6 of them, whip off the building and come towards you. And that is where we are going to end it.
Oh,
tonight.
Holy shit.
Holy shit.
So we are going to.
I wish I had wings. I feel
for
like
this
having wings as a human.
for this campaign, we're going to do our goodbyes, and then I'm going to leave you with a little post-credit scene as a little teaser for the next episode. So thank you all so much, my sweet players, and our sweet, wonderful community for hanging out tonight.
It's amazing.
Thank you all,
Also,
53
D&D
of you. D&D Beyond, please come sponsor us.
Sponsor us, D&D Beyond.
I use your shit all the time.
We will be back with this campaign in February, second Wednesday of the month. This is our once a month campaign. I know you have to wait a whole month to play. So thank you all so much for making this happen. This is an absolute treat to watch the 3 of you be siblings.
I enjoy it immensely.
Amazing.
Amazing. I always say when I talk to people about this, and I'm like, it's incredible how seamlessly Pond you just like fit in. Like you just were like,
truly,
we're siblings. Like, like at no point am I like, oh, this is a stretch. It's like, yeah, these are siblings. Like this makes sense to me. Like
never questioned it.
It's
like,
wild. Yeah. Even the interaction where Greg had called Luther, and you and I were having like a silent like, should I make this content? You were like, no, shush, what are you doing? Stop. And I'm like, but this is content though. Like that interaction was amazing. I love it.
I'm so glad that you guys have me.
Pond, we're so happy to have you here.
Absolute
oh my
pleasure.
God, more Pond all the time.
More Pond.
I'm available. I'm just
So please come hang out with us on Wednesday. We will be premiering another new series, The Weird West, where we do more spooky stuff, but in a desert this time rather than a forest.
We've had a couple of busy weeks.
Yeah.
We've had some busy weeks. We've had some busy times.
Yeah.
I'm very excited for Wednesday. I still have some planning to do, and I'm stoked about it. So yeah, 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Please come hang out with us. So
Amazing.
With this, my sweet players, as you approach the shed, you briefly smell on the wind a hint of smoke. And for those of you at home, our view zooms out, up and up into the sky, and travels over the thick forest about 2 miles north, following a trail of small smoke plumes rising through the canopy. After breaching the tops of the conifers, we go down towards the forest floor, our view zooming in once more, and we see claw marks raked across the trees, with a trail of burnt underbrush carving a path on the floor below. We weave and bob through the trees, hearing the sound of large, heavy footsteps, both crunching the leaves and singeing the ground with each step. We catch up, and the creature stops for a moment, righting itself to a full standing position after running on all fours. It reaches about 12 feet tall, gangly limbs emanating a white hot heat that starts in the center of its chest, ribcage protruding, the body seemingly made of both wood and flesh. The face, goat-like with dark black eyes and 4 huge antlers protruding from the skull. A hand reaches up to one of the antlers, ripping a small branch-like creature from its horns and shoving it into its mouth. The small creature pops as its teeth mash down, blood trickling down its chin. The ears prick around, hearing your approach to its kin, the mire, as it opens its mouth and roars, unintelligible, but angry. The creature then strides forward, pulls a piece of paper, holding it in its hand, and alights it, watching the flame dance within its grasp. The paper is almost glossy, and as we zoom in a bit closer on it, we see a picture of tentacles emerging from a pit of muck and water amidst words and numbers. We zoom in a bit closer. Ooh, huge aberration, unaligned. Challenge rating 15. Con 21. As the last pieces of it burn to ash, the creature drops the paper with a scowl. The last remnants of the mire disintegrate amongst the damp forest floor. And that is where we will say goodnight.
Well, fuck.
Oh,
Good night, everyone.
man.
Good
See you next month.
night. Bye.
See you next month.